what's up, everybody? Let's start here with just me. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome back to my finale of the Rolling Stones 2021 revision of the top 500 songs of all time. Did not drink last night, therefore I am not hungover today. I have an energy drink. I'm feeling good. Had a run today. So I'm hoping that my emotions can stay in check for this final yard dash home to the finish line. Cause yeah, that was pretty intense last time. When I saw the Billie Eilish in there with Bad Guy, like so close to home, I'm just like, no, this is bullshit. So anyway, trying to pull everything up right now. All right, Unoriginal, hello. You're the only one I see so far. Good to see that the picture and sound is sounding good. I'm going to try to pull up my damn stream so I can get a better view of the comments, but per usual, it's not really coming up, not really showing up. Yeah, that's only part 3. Okay, whatever. We're going to have to look into that some other time. Let's go to this scene here. I got to go to browser because I got to play. Oh, wait. No, where did we leave off on here? Let me see here. Interact. Where are we at? Okay, this can fuck off. Thank you. Okay, that's not too bad. We can scroll through here. All right. Yeah, we're getting to number 1 today, baby. Number 1. Sorry, I got to get to it first. That's the beauty of live streams versus my edited content, is all this awkward shit you see in between, where I have to act like I have to improvise. Dude, I improvise about as good as Bob Ross improvises. If you ever see him have, like, on his the Joy of Painting, wherever he has to, like, improvise. Dude, can all these little, like, can you fuck off? No, go away. Jesus Christ. But on the Joy of Painting, anytime Bob Ross has to, like, just start talking off the cuff in the shit that he ends up saying, I feel like I'm similar to that, but the shit I say is just, like, really vulgar, and but it's still got that same kind of, yeah, and that's right, and not everything in life can be fucking perfect. This fucking browser with fucking OBS, why isn't it fucking working? Oh, sorry. Got a little angry there, lost my cool. So anyway, as I was saying, all right, we made it to 125. Sex Pistols. I know I left off on this one, but I don't think I talked about it. Yeah. Totes McGroats agree with this space. Now, in the last live stream, someone was like, oh, it's such a stock, boring choice or whatever. Look, man, not everybody can like the Dead Boys and like Gigi Allen, okay? Not everyone can be like the coolest guy, the coolest hipster punk in the room. That, I would say, like, that is the most insufferable fan base of like almost any music genre, is like punk rock. Because, I mean, even like the real punk rockers, they'll like sit there and argue about the 70s, like the late 70s, where all these punk bands were starting to break. They'll even argue about those bands, like, nah, man, fuck the Ramones, man. That shit was bullshit. The real thing is this band from Milwaukee that 2 people have heard of, and very gatekeepy. But as far as it reaching critical mass and popularity, Anarchy in the UK by Sex Pistols, I mean, you still hear the song to this day. Oh, I am an Antichrist, or whatever the fuck. Yeah, so for sure, definitely a legendary song there. So moving right along. Buddy Holly, that'll be the day. I mean, he's old. He's a legend. Never heard that fucking song, so I'm just going to keep scrolling. Scrolling. Yes, Talking Heads. This must be the place. Naive Melody. This is a great Talking Heads song. Like, why this song over, like, say, Once in a Lifetime, Like what? Like, all right, let's see what Rolling Stone has to say about why. The origins of this Talking Heads classic came from a rough instrumental the band had been working on for some time. Quote, the original basic track was called Naive Melody because the melody was naive sounding. Drummer Chris Frantz later explained. David Byrne's lyrics represented a new level of emotional honesty and directness for the Talking Heads frontman. It's a real honest kind of love song, Byrne said. I tried to write one that wasn't corny, that didn't sound stupid or lame, the way many do. I think I succeeded. I think you did too, David Byrne, and that is a man who does not usually write very direct lyrics. His lyrics are about as direct as Michael Stipe's from REM's, which is to say, not very fucking direct at all. So up next we have The Impressions, People Get Ready. There was this old Christian rock song that was called that. People get ready, Jesus is coming to take the world his own. People get ready. Yeah, anyway, sorry. I've never heard, I don't think I've heard this song. Is this like the get ready, get ready? I'm not sure, but yeah, you know, One Rider, Curtis Mayfield, old ass song, sure. Okay, what was it? Let it be by Beatles. When Mother Mary comes to me, she says to me, give me words of wisdom, let it be. Yeah, it's kind of one of those kumbaya, like flick your lighters and like sway back and forth songs, you know. And there's nothing wrong with those songs, I guess. I am not in the market for songs like that personally. Like just me, Josh, personally, like I am not a consumer of those kind of like, here's a song that everyone, even your grandma, will find inoffensive. Like, I don't know. Those songs never really, I don't really view them as like real music. I view them as kind of like kitschy, or it's like a tchotchke or something. It's just like, oh yeah, this song here, you know, it's been around for a million years. You can play it at any event, anytime, and it'll be totally appropriate. No one will question it. But it's still a good song, though. I'll read some of these comments. Emo Basis, hey, been looking forward to the rest of this list. I know I felt your pain on the Billie Eilish. Yeah, man, that was awful. Not a fan of the Sex Pistols. I appreciate their influence. Same. That's how I feel about them. I think, what's the lead singer? Sid Vicious? I think he has some of like the worst vocals. But it was cool, though, because it showed that you don't have to be this amazing fucking singer to make it in the music world. And that's what I love about punk music in general, is that when they started out, their competition was like prog rock, which is you have to have a lot of talent to be able to play prog rock. And then punk rock came along and said, fuck you, here's 3 chords in the whole song, and I sing like shit, and my guitar player solos like shit, but we have a youthful energy that the kids connect with 100 times more than your lofty, you know, Steve Hackett sitting down to play his lead guitar with his glasses, and he's very carefully looking at the fretboard to make sure every note's perfect, which I love. I love that way more than I love punk rock, but I get that ethos of young people, like that rings way more true to them than some stodgy old, you know, very, very serious, take ourselves very seriously with our prog rock. Let's see, not a fan of their music, but John Lydon is a great human. Which one is he? As a dead beat boy, as a punker, I can confirm the community can be insufferable. Same thing in the metal community. A lot of metal community is metal community is pretty bad too. But I would say there's like way more metal bands than there are punk bands. So I'd say the punk community is worse just by virtue of the fact that there are so little like classic punk bands that the punk gatekeepers can fucking agree on. Like I think that's why, because it's like it's even more elitist than the metal community. But yes, the metal community is very elitist. With that being said, I'd say like the pop, like people who are fans of just pop music in general, I'd say like that community is the least gatekeepy Because, like, you can literally have anybody. You can have kind of any song from any walk of life, and as long as it's got like this poppiness to it, you know, if you're just like a fan of whatever's on the radio, I'd say that you are the least gatekeepy of all people. But at the same time, you also have the least sophisticated taste in music, which might denote that you have a lower intelligence. That's all I'm saying. Number 120, X-Ray Specs. Oh, Bondage, Up Yours. What the fuck is this? This definitely looks like something that came out of New York. I'm just going to say that right now. Writers, Polystyrene. Okay, this is some wacky village stuff, I'm assuming. With their braces wearing mixed race singer Polystyrene and saxophone shredder Laura Logic, who was all of 16 years old when she joined the band, X-Ray Specs looked and sounded like nothing else on the London punk scene. Okay, they're from London. And their legendary debut single remains punk's greatest statement of anti-consumerism revolution. All right. Again, I'm going to say I'd like to give that song a listen, but I will forget. And I won't listen to it. Oh, yeah. Marvin Gaye, Heard It Through the Grapevine. Absolutely. It's fucking classic. There's actually an a cappella version of this that exists online of Marvin Gaye singing this song, obviously a cappella. And it's beautiful. That guy's voice, man, was so underappreciated until like you hear it like soloed out with you just hear the soul that he's putting into it, that kind of the instruments kind of like step on a little bit on the recording. But when you hear a cappella, it's like, dude, nobody sings like that. Like, holy shit. This, the feeling and the soul you put into his singing was like, and that night that I had listened to that, I had just come off of listening to like Chris Cornell a cappella, Kurt Cobain a cappella, Lane Staley a cappella, and then I'm like, fuck it, let me listen to this Marvin Gaye thing. And man, that shit gave me goosebumps. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, moving on. Oh, don't say creep. Don't say creep. Don't say, oh, it's creep. I don't remember if there was another Radiohead song on here. If there were, it was probably something off of The Bends, or maybe off of OK Computer. It bums me out that this song is this high up on the list, because like this song has become like the scarlet letter for this band. Like they've had to distance themselves from it. And, you know, rock radio definitely isn't helping by continuing to pump this fucking song out on modern rock radio. And it's so annoying. There's this cute redhead girl who comes to my karaoke gig either every Wednesday or sometimes she'll come to my Thursday one. This is one of the only songs she sings, and she's killing it for me. She's ruined the song for. I mean, it was already ruined for me before, but it's just a shame because like this is one of my favorite bands, and they have so many better. I mean, even if she sang Karma Police, I would be impressed. But even outside of that song, there's so many great Radiohead songs. Like, why people focus on this one in particular, I don't fully understand. I get that the random guitar chugs were novel and unique, and that's honestly what makes me like the song, is those random guitar chugs before the chorus kicks in. But outside, I don't know. I guess like the lyrics are relatable, you know, to a lot of people feeling alienated or whatever. This little piece of schmutz off my screen here. Anyway, but yeah, whatever. Oh, we got us an Aretha song. I say a little prayer. Every day I wake up, put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you forever and ever. And yeah, whatever. Sure, it's a classic. I'm sure it's a classic. Or I guess it's a classic. I don't fucking know. Oh, look at Rob Bass or DJ Easy Rock, whichever one he is, rocking the Nikes right on the album cover, just putting that fashion on blast in the late 80s. It Takes Two. This song hasn't gone anywhere For a rap song, that's saying something. I mean, it hasn't gone anywhere. The song remains played at gigs. It pops off anytime you put it on. It's got like a pretty cool sample. Like, I guess it's got that cool like hype beat. Will Smith and the Fresh Prince, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince did a cool kind of interpolation of this sample with that song. I think it's just called "I Want to Rock," and yeah, it's probably one of the only Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff songs I like. Which, I mean, if we're talking like just based off of like relevancy and credentials, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince was way better than Will Smith's solo shit, in my opinion, because it's like real old school hip hop. You know, like that was like the least pretentious that you'll ever find Will Smith is when he's, you know, before he became the Hollywood blockbuster, get jiggy with it megastar guy. Let me read some of these comments so I stay at least somewhat relevant to what I'm talking about on here. Rolling Stones is about to come over the Beatles here. They're about to come over the Beatles here. What are you saying? There's going to be a lot of Beatles songs coming up and they're going to jizz it all out. Simon, welcome. Did I miss anything? Nothing has made you give up your damn pussy yet. No, nothing's rocked my world yet. I'm only 10 deep, though, so got quite a ways to go. Thanks for staying up, Simon. I know it's late over in the UK, but it's the perfect time over here in the Eastern Standard Time Zone of the United States in Florida, where it's only 7:48 p.m. A little too early to go out drinking, but a little too late to like kind of do anything else. So a live stream's like the perfect thing to be doing right now. Marvin gave it up on Grapevine. Tremendous record. Yo, Creep is definitely overplayed. Yes, to say the least. Robert Tonas, it's that chug guitar. Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's the whole thing that makes that song. Emo bassist Creep is just boring all the way through. It wasn't at first. I swear. I can tell you this. As a younger lad listening to the radio when I was like, I don't know, early teens, I thought this song kicked ass. I thought it sounded kind of eerie, and those guitar chugs like set it apart from anything I had heard before. So it didn't, but it does get boring really quick after that once you hear it so many times. Simon, so many better Radiohead songs than Creep. They're 100% a band whose album deep cuts slay their singles. Things like How to Disappear Completely, Where I End and You Begin, to name a couple. Radiohead, say, unlike a band like Metallica, who basically has no B-sides whatsoever. They're a band who leaves no fat on the bone. They throw everything they write onto a record. Bands like Smashing Pumpkins and Radiohead are kind of like the exact opposite. They have a shit ton of B-sides. Some of Radiohead's B-sides, like The Trickster, which was around during the Benz era, is such a good ass song. Why did they leave The Trickster off of the Benz? Somebody tell me why. They had a whole ass set of B-sides during the OK Computer sessions that were really good. True Love Waits for the longest time was a B-side until they finally put it on Moonshaped Pool in like 2016 or whenever that album came out. The sample is Lynn Collins talking about the raw bass. Okay. Salvador Jolly. I like that. You're happy. You're a happy artist. The third best song named Creep that came out that year. Yeah, because Stone Temple Pilots had a song called Creep as well. I'm half the man I used to be. Yeah, Talk Show Host is a fantastic Radiohead song too. Wasn't that song supposed to be on Romeo and Juliet? That stupid Leonardo DiCaprio, whatever her name is, movie. I want to say, no, I think Exit Music for a Film was supposed to be on Romeo and Juliet. Okay, we got Britney Spears. I'm getting mild. My blood pressure's mildly rising. Toxic. Ugh. No. Not this song. Not even close. Should not be in the 100s. No, no, no. No, this song should have been way back in the 4 or even 300s. I will say it's a just again, man. You can really like take the temperature of like the general public by doing karaoke week in and week out, because like a lot of people do sing. If they sing a Britney Spears song, it is going to be this song or Baby One More Time. So this one did like stand the test of time, but like it's an early 2000s pop song. I mean, and it's got this like Austin Powers like theme to the music. Like what was this song on Austin Powers soundtrack? I don't remember, but I thought when I first heard this song, I was like, oh, this sounds like some kind of like Austin Powers soundtrack like song, or James Bond or whatever. So let's see what Rolling Stones has to say about it. After years of maximalist hits, the pop princess went for something a little more subtle with producers Bloodshy and Avant, who piled on James Bond guitars, Bollywood strings, and robo-funk vocoders, making for a different kind of song that felt sticky sweet but also global and avant-garde. Toxic redefined Spears' image and sound, but it almost wasn't hers. Quote, that was written in Sweden. All these fucking writers are Swedish. What is up with the Swedes and writing great pop jams? Anyway, so they wrote the song apparently with Janet Jackson in mind. Yeah, I could actually sing. I could see her singing that song. The song didn't end up making it to Jackson and was then passed up by Kylie Minogue. Wow. Kylie Minogue was like, I don't remember if that was before or after her little like early 2000s comeback with Can't Get You Out of My Head. And now she's got like another new song out that I play at my gigs called Padam, which is actually pretty good. So good for Kylie Minogue. She's like got to be in her 50s or 60s and she's still charting those pop songs, man. I'd bang Kylie Minogue, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it was Romeo and Juliet. That's what I thought. Britney Spears better than Talking Heads or Radiohead? Yeah. I wish Rolling Stone had just said, in no particular order. You know, I would have no problem going through this dumb list if they had just said in no particular order. But the fact that, like, it is in a particular order is what really what slaps my testicles. This is how far we've fallen as a species. Yeah, really. Emo basis, I believe Britney Spears belong in the top 100, but not Toxic. Maybe something off the first album. Yeah, the first Britney album, along with like the first like Backstreet Boys album, like literally defined that like second wave of boy and girl groups, because everyone likes to look at like the late 90s as though that was the genesis of like boy bands. It's like, no, dude, like New Kids on the Block was totally a massive thing way before Backstreet Boys was a glimmer in its father's and Lou Pearlman's eyes. J-Rob, A420, off topic, but you ever been to Hogan's Hangout Bar in Clearwater, Florida? I went last summer. He does karaoke there. I saw him and Brian Knobs on stage. It was a good time. Oh my gosh. God, like Hulk Hogan? I know he's like married a Scientologist and he's like hangs around that area, but no, I want to go back to that area and hang out and shit. But the last time I went to that area was for my band was playing a show. And if anybody's who's ever been a band knows, whenever you play a show out of town, you basically get there, go to the venue, load in, wait around for a long time, play your 30-minute set, tear down, wait another really long period of time to get paid, and then you get the fuck out and go to your next destination. You don't really get to hang out and check out the sights and scenes unless you get lucky. 113 Higher Ground, Stevie Wonder. Absolutely. Great song. I liked the Chili Peppers cover too, just because Flea's bass line was sick. Oh, I think I know what song this is. Yes, Losing My Religion. 110% belongs, in this high of a position. Yes, I know this is the stock go-to REM song by most people who are casual fans, but it really, I mean, it's one of those songs that feels like it's always existed. It's like a 90s Stairway to Heaven, or you know, like Free Fallin' by Tom Petty. It's just one of those classic songs. It's like, man, I can't believe there was a time where this song didn't exist. But yes, REM, Losing My Religion. You got Gen Z kids who don't know shit about fuck, but you know, you mentioned, you know, you sing, "That's me in the corner, that's me in the spot, light losing my and like, oh, I love that song. I love that song. Like my mom listened to it when I was growing up, and then I feel old. But anyway, that's a different story. Fuck Bruce Springsteen and your fucking Thunder Road. Get out of here. Just rolling right past him. The Beatles, Something. I don't know this song. I don't know it. What album did this come off of even? Is it Something in the Way She Loved Me All the Time? No, it's not. Okay. Nope, I don't know this Beatles song. Came out in 69, so I don't know. With Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Sly and the Family Stone, Everyday People. I think what annoyed me about this song was like it was one of those grocery stores. It was like Publix, which we have in the States, in the South. It was either Publix, Food Lion, or Winn-Dixie. One of them grocery stores used "I'm Everyday People," and it was like part of their goddamn slogan for their commercials, and it made me hate the song. And so now I hate this song. And that's pretty much the long and short of that one right there. Oh, The Cure, Just Like Heaven. Tell me, where'd you get that dress? The one that you wear with all the rest. And maybe offer them a little smile. Or something like that. Isn't that the song? Yeah, I'm not a big Cure fan, but... Is this the one where he says "Stranger Danger"? There's a Cure song where he goes "Stranger Danger," and I thought that was really lame. Yeah, no, I'm not feeling that one, but I'm not mad just because it's an old song. You know, I'm not mad that it's where it's at. I'm just not like happy. I'm just like in middle road. Ooh, Wu-Tang Clan, Cream. Yeah, well, they're a beloved band. Oh, their allure, their legend has grown as the years have gone on. And this album came out all the way back in '94. I mean, Wu-Tang Clan, you had like a bajillion members in the group. They went on to influence many rappers, a lot of white rappers they influenced for whatever. I don't know if white rappers feels like it gives them like cred. If they're like, yeah, man, Wu-Tang, like I grew up on that shit. I don't even think Wu-Tang Clan's all that, to be honest. I think they've just become one of those like indie darling, like they're not an indie group by any means. They're a rap group, but like they somehow they've been embraced. I think their silliness has like, from their silly name to their silly kind of shtick, they've been like embraced by like the indie white kids. And so like now all the indie, like all the Pitchfork readers, they all have a Wu-Tang Clan shirt hanging in their closet to give them some kind of a, hey, I have black friends too credibility. I don't know if I'm reading too deeply into all of this. But yeah, anyway, Stevie Wondering, Salvador Jolly, Stevie Wonder covering RHCP. Oh yeah, so Red Hot Chili Peppers wrote that first and then Stevie covered it. Yeah, there are better REM songs than Losing My Religion. I mean, yeah, obviously, but Simon, REM, Losing My Religion, a masterpiece. It's one big hit single that I never tire of. Still moves me. Same. Honestly, I think I don't think I've ever really gotten tired of it either. I love minor key pop songs or songs that have pop sensibilities. And Losing My Religion is one big minor key song if ever I've heard one. Although somebody did go in and auto-tune or melodyne that song a few years ago, and they turned all the minor notes to make it major notes. And so you can type in Losing My Religion major key and listen to it in a major key instead of a minor key, and it's still a good song, but it has a totally different vibe. It's crazy. Something is my favorite Beatles song and easily the strongest from Abbey Road. Okay, so I haven't listened to Abbey Road yet, so I got to give that one a listen. Simon, of course, I'd love to see Maps and Legends, World Leader Pretend on the list. Dude, you ain't going to see that on there, man. You ain't going to see those songs. I mean, I agree they're both great songs, but you're not going to see those songs anywhere near this list. You would see Everybody Hurts on here. I think they already had Shiny Happy People on here. You're going to see those songs way before you ever see those more deeper cuts. 19 Film 80. Why is Phil Collins unappreciated by English people? I'm not trying not to speak for the English, but they see him as a conservative twat who like moved to Switzerland because he didn't want to pay his taxes or something. Simon might be able to answer that question a little bit better than me. Salvador Jolly, Medicare is about to start by, is Mr. Medicare doing a live stream? I thought, didn't that dude have like cancer or something? Is he in like remission? God damn it, Mr. Medicare. I got 31 people on my stream right now. You gotta steal one of them? Man, I tell you what. It's not fair. Robert Tonis, I'm English and love Phil. Well, there you go. There's someone who loves him. The Cure, Just Like Heaven, would be top 25 for me. I'm a Cure fan. Lol. Surprised that song plays as high as it did. I kind of am too, honestly. Pineapple Mood, do you think Ted Nugent is a better musician than Whitney Houston? You asked that last stream. J-Rob, A420, I thought Higher Ground was actually by the Red Hot Chili Peppers and wasn't a cover because I had their greatest hit CD early 90s, but yeah, Stevie Wonder's great. Love the original too. Oh, so you actually thought that. I mean, that's an easy mistake to make especially if you're younger, to think that a band that it wasn't a cover, that it was original, and it's always crazy when you find out it's a cover, and it's like, it's a little disappointing, and that's even more disappointing when you listen to the original and it kind of like sucks worse than the cover, and it's like, well, shit, why didn't the band that covered it, why didn't they just write it? Because then it would have been theirs. And anyway, Simon, we limeys adjudged Philip Collins as something of a hypocrite for writing lip-trembling songs about the homeless, then voting conservative. Great drummer before he went pro with the cortisone. Yeah. Art for Nivers, do you think Roger Waters would make a good duo with Phil Collins? No. Phil Collins has gone on record calling Rogers a miserable bastard, which Roger Waters is a miserable bastard, but he makes good music sometimes when he's paired with the right people who still hate working with him, like Dave Gilmour. J-Rob, Domino 1 and 2 by Genesis should be on this list. What a hidden gem. So impressive live when I saw them 27. Domino would not be on this list, dude. Like, Invisible Touch would be on this list before Domino. I know Domino is a pretty poppy Genesis song, but it's still considered a deep cut off of the Invisible Touch album. Bets 95. Yikes. Imagine watching Medicare in 2024. What is he talking about these days? I seriously thought he had like stage 3 cancer and like wasn't doing YouTube. Not only that, but like all of his content was getting like flagged and shit. I didn't think Medicare was like a thing anymore. Speaking of like drama YouTubers, Turkey Tom, like you can tell like Mr. Medicare was his biggest influence in the world. Like anytime I watch a Turkey Tom video, I'm like, dude, I can tell you were so influenced by Mr. Medicare. Ashtray Decay, how late to the party am I? Not that late, actually. I started at like 7:35, so you're like 30 minutes late to the party. Drive is an underrated song from R.E.M. Drive is a great opener for Automatic for the People. I don't know if it's underrated. They play it at a lot of their shows. I'd say it's middle of the road rated. Could be higher, could be lower. Simon, okay, this is the last one. I'm back to the reading through these songs. Did you like the last Roger Waters solo album by Nigel Goodrich? Is this the life we really want? Very good, I thought. I've not listened to it. I haven't even listened to the Perks of Being a Hitchhiker or whatever it is. And so I've listened to all of Gilmour's solo material though, and I like it. Rolling Stones, Sympathy for the Devil. Yes, absolutely. It's a good song. Pretty controversial song. Say Brown Sugar. Man, there's this white guy who literally sang Brown Sugar at like pretty much an all-black establishment while I was running karaoke there one time. This fucking idiot. Some of the things, man, that people do sometimes, it's just like you really have no emotional or like social intelligence at all, do you? For those of you who don't know, Brown Sugar by the Rolling Stones, to my knowledge, is about like like loving black chicks or something, being attracted to them, and it's like so wrong, but it feels so right. I don't know. Maybe there's nothing wrong with the song whatsoever, and I'm just being too sensitive. Bowie, Life on Mars. Sure. We'll go with that. Not a huge Bowie fan, but this is one of the ones I do like by him. Pretty cunning lyrics. Oh yeah, Jackson 5, I Want You Back. Classic song. I'm surprised it's not higher up on the list. Probably because Michael Jackson has fallen from grace ever since the Leaving Neverland documentaries came out. Wade Robson and James Safechuck kind of did a number on Jackson's reputation. Both of those dudes were homies before that documentary ever came out. So when I heard him talking about in the documentary, they both were saying like similar shit that Michael Jackson liked, because apparently Michael Jackson just really loved having his nipples sucked, and he liked boy butt. But they could have got, I don't know. I'm not trying to bust that whole can of worms open, but they could have gotten together before that documentary and discussed all those details, make sure their sexual accusations corroborated with one another. Or Jackson could have been a huge fucking pedophile. I don't know, and neither do you, because you weren't there. And we'll never know. Only Jesus knows. So you'll have to ask him. I'm just kidding. I don't believe in God. 103, Alanis Morissette, You Ought to Know. Yep. I can tell you yep, because this song is sang every week at my karaoke by some angry woman of some kind of brand or variety. Women love singing karaoke songs written by, that are probably written by men, a lot of them, but women love singing karaoke songs where the female singer is, like, in a position of power, like, she's, like, whether it's Carrie Underwood Before He Cheats, where Carrie Underwood is fucking up the guy's car, whether it's Goodbye Earl by the Dixie Chicks, where the woman finally poisons Earl and kills him and then disposes of his body, whether it's Miranda Lambert's Gunpowder and Lead, where her abusive boyfriend comes home and she shoots him with a shotgun dead, whether it's Alanis Morissette's You Ought to Know, where she's just scathingly bitching this guy out, like, I thought you should know that, you know, all that sassy molassy. Women love singing those kind of those empowerment songs. I guess it makes sense, but it's like, why are you guys so angry towards us? Fuck. We're not all like pieces of shit. These fucking lights and my light sensitivity on my nose. I can edit it out in a lot of my edited videos, but when I'm live, you gotta see everything. Everything, man. Know what I'm saying? Chuck Berry, Maybelline, yep, classic guitarist, one of the first of the guitar rock and rollers out there doing the boogie woogie rock. Yeah, sure, I got no problem with that. Oh, what is this? Really? Maps by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs? Higher than all that? What? We've been through, you guys have taken this long ass journey with me through all of these songs, some good ones, and now here we stand on the precipice of the top 100 greatest songs of all time, and in at number 101 is Maps. They don't love you like I love you, hey. They don't love you like I love you, Maps. Like, what? It's a good song, but that should have been in the 400s, bro. It's a good indie love song, but no. Why is that so high on the fucking list? The Yeah Yeah Yeah's breakthrough hit was inspired by a case of real-life rock and roll romance. Karen O wrote the song about being on tour and missing her then boyfriend Angus Andrew, singer for the New York band Liars. Wow. I saw Liars live. They opened for Radiohead in 2007 or 2008 for their In Rainbows tour. I thought Liars kind of sucked. Karen O has poor taste in boyfriend. She should have dated me. Dancing with Ghosts sounds better. I said it. All right, what are you guys saying down here in these comments? What are you kids doing? Corey Cameraman's been following me for the longest. I don't even know who Medicare is. I do know Turkey. Mr. Medicare was kind of like one of the first edgelord YouTubers. He did a lot of controversial videos. He did this series called Internet Insanity, where he would talk about like these YouTubers who became unhinged and would like kill people, go on shootings or whatever. He'd talk about like Chris Chan, and he did a really good actually deep dive into that guy with the glasses, like some of the more problematic people like Spoonie, Angry Joe, Linkara. He did videos on that, like these like video essays that were really good. Yeah, anyway. Amazing song, I Want You Back. Yep, the Wade Robson case was thrown out of court. I do remember hearing that. I don't know how we all feel about Michael Jackson and pop culture these days, to be honest. I think that his music is going to stand the test of time. And I think, because I mean, dude, look at the Jerry Lee Lewis stuff, or like Elvis marrying Priscilla when she was like 14 years old and he was like 24 or some shit, or like extremely not age appropriate. People at the end of the day, if you write some bangers, if you write enough bangers, then people will give you a pass to fuck minors. That's the lesson to be learned. If you write enough bangers, people will turn the other way. They will look the other fucking way as you diddle boy butt or whatever your flavor of is. That is the lesson. And if you get in trouble legally, if you wrote enough bangers, you'll have a whole army of people on your side willing to defend your actions. So I don't know, man. That's the news. I'm just reporting it. Dave Coulier ought to know. Yeah. Alanis wrote that whole song about the cut it out guy from Full House. I can't imagine what kind of pipe Dave Coulier lays, but it must have been damn good. Because, like, he dicked her down for her to get that mad about whatever the hell he did. Robert Tess, Alanis Morissette is music for women who give toothy head. God damn it. I don't even know what that means, but that's funny. That made me laugh. Freebird, I can't not enjoy MJ's music. Yeah, kind of hard. Kind of hard to not enjoy it. Can't wait for you to do an album review of Tony Banks. Probably never going to happen, because that video, I'm sorry. Nowadays, I have to taper my time spent versus views that it's probably going to get equals will I do the video or not. And I've done a lot of field tests in the past with certain video topics, and they did jack shit view-wise, and I just simply don't have the time to make a video that I know is not going to perform well. So as much as I would love to do a video about Tony Banks and his solo career, there would just be, even in a Genesis fan group, there wouldn't be enough people that would watch that video. The guy, I don't know. Even though he was the brains behind a lot of the stuff that people like about Genesis, he's just never gotten the respect he deserves, which is sad. Simon has some insight here. As a survivor of that shit, I'm assuming the Michael Jackson shit, I initially found Leaving Neverland very compelling, as did I. In the end, who knows? He was a rare talent. He has an incredible deep cut called Stranger in Moscow. Oh, dude, I love Stranger in Moscow. Me and my singer always talking about how that is a very like underrated song. That's a really cool song. Ashtray Decay, It's Crazy. You Ought to Know is written about, Dave Coulier, guy from Full House. When you gonna do a review on Ice Cube, and Alice in Chains music? Ice Cube, the rapper, probably. In fact, I can demonstrably say never. Alice in Chains, I've done a ranking of their albums where I briefly talk about all of them. Just search my past videos. You'll find an album tier ranking on me reviewing Alice in Chains music. Corey Cameron's being from Canada, I know Alanis when she was trying to be Whitney Houston on her first 2 pop albums. All the pop stars go through that first awkward phase where Katy Perry was trying to do like punk rock, which I wanted to make a video about that, but I gotta find sources. I gotta find more sources to hear if she actually did attempt. She did absolutely do the Vans Warped Tour. Katy Perry did when she was first starting out. My friend saw her live at Vans Warped Tour before she blew the fuck up. So I want to see if there's any punk Katy Perry out there and do a video on that. Super Anthony, in other words, if you write enough bangers, you can bang whoever you want. Exactly. All Jeffrey Epstein had to do was have a few, thrillers under his belt. The feds would be looking the other way. That's all I'm saying. J-Rob, sucks that a great band like Metallica would make this list, but a band like Slayer wouldn't, even though they were super influential and most people know about them. They're not mainstream enough. Honestly, though, J-Rob, wouldn't you, knowing how Slayer is, don't you think those guys are proud to not be on a Rolling Stone 500 Greatest Songs? I think to the guys in Slayer, that's like an honor to not be on that list, because I see the guys in Slayer as guys who've never sold out. They've never like cut their hair and tried to make an alternative rock album that appealed to the alternative kids. They've just stayed course, and I think they find institutions like Rolling Stone pretty disgusting. So I think they're happy to not be on that list. PC from VCS, R. Kelly didn't have enough bangers to get away with it. He banged too many minors to not get away with it. He let his cup runneth over. And not only was he banging them, he had like a sex dungeon. Now I didn't build that into the clause. I said if you have enough bangers, you can bang whoever you want. I didn't say you can build a sex dungeon where you can poo-poo and pee-pee on many, many, many minors. You have to establish a colony on Mars for the government to look past that type of behavior. I'm sorry, it is that's the only way you can get away with that. Dave Coulier, laying pipe, that's right, baby. He was apparently, man. He probably had a thick one. The ones with girth are the ones that the ladies like more than the length. So Dave Coulier probably had the girth. Wasn't everyone sleeping with underage fans in the 70s? Yes, they were. I joke, but very little of them were being like, all right, I can see you like our music. You're a very attractive young girl. I'd love to fuck you. Before I do, mind if I see your ID? No. They still probably aren't doing that. Something came out about Sting boofing some 14 or 15-year-old. I love how it comes out like 35 years after it fucking happened. It's at that point, it's like, aren't you? I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna go there because I don't know what I'm talking about in that field. So, I enjoyed your Vanilla Ice new Mal video. Thank you. I enjoyed making it to a certain degree. I will say this about YouTube: it's my favorite headache. It's a pain in the ass, but man, I like doing it. Katy Perry also tried gospel and went by. Yeah, Katie Hudson. Yeah, that's sure. That is true. Kerry King of Slayer put his Grammy on the tank of his toilet in his garage bathroom. Yeah, I mean that tracks with them. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Bob Dylan, Blowing in the Wind. Sure, it's a Bob Dylan song. Of course, that's going to be a thing. Bee Gees, Staying Alive in the top 100. I guess it still slaps to a certain degree. It's corny, but it is what it's supposed to be. Doesn't that sound like something a hippie would say? It is what it's supposed to be, man. The Beatles, In My Life. God, I'm kind of embarrassed that like I'm sure I know what this song sounds like, but I'd have to, guys, I'm not the biggest Beatles fan, okay? Like, you have to cut me some slack on that. I know they're like the biggest band ever and all that. Not the biggest fan. I'm not the biggest fan of them. Patti Smith, Gloria. A little embarrassed here. Couldn't tell you what this song sounds like. Sure. Van Morrison helped write it. Van Morrison's such an annoying hippie with his fucking songs. Here's a guy who writes Brown Eyed Girl, but then he writes songs called Into the Mystic, man. Into the Mystic, and So I Said I. What is that one song he goes? It's like, someone just sang it last night. It's some hippie ass sound, and it's like So I Said I. It's like something I, and then I again. And it's like, what's you take you and your subversive hippie bullshit and get out of my bar. What is this? Oh, no, I was about to get angry. I agree. This song is a banger. Wow. Look, first shot of the night here. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 writers. What was the number? If it's more than 6 or something? Well, that's a shot for Simon. No, this is a good song though. I love the rock, like the old. It's got this old school hip hop feel, but with like this cool, like this rock like stab to it that like just slaps you right in the chest. And like Jay-Z's rap on it is really cool. Like, I don't know. I agree. I think this is a really great song. I have no problem with it. I was about to get mad, but because when I first saw it, I saw Dirt Off Your Shoulder, and I'm like, no, you gotta brush that dirt off your shoulder. You know, it's like, no, that's a typical rap song of the 2000s. 99 Problems is a song that stands out. Plus, how can you deny that hook? If you're having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. Hit me. Like, can't deny it. It's good. Give it a try. Give it a shot. It's good. Oh, Christ almighty, fucking Wonderwall. And maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you can smell my bones. God, this fucking song sucks. This band is not so great. Oh, this song is so overdone at karaoke. I understand the significance. I understand it's a 90s alternative, like post-grunge anthem. I get it. I get that England had a raging hard-on for this band, and just a tape of one of their arguments charted at one point, because that's how much the UK had a raging erection for Oasis. But I fucking don't like this song, and I don't like the little fucking chav, little what you call it, Cockney little accents and the little snobby little whatever the fuck, you know what I'm trying to say. And another thing, this has nothing to do with the song at all. This is just about like me not understanding how England works. I know you don't see my pointer on the screen, or I don't think you do, but I'm pointing at those two double lines to the left of this album cover here, this street in England. I'm assuming it's in England. Okay, in America, those two lines are in the middle of the road. I know you can't even see where I'm pointing because my mouse isn't visible on the screen, but those two lines there are in the middle. They're not on the side, and that throws me off every time. Because two solid lines in the middle means you can't pass on either side. If it's a dotted line, that means that side can pass, but the other side can't. And if it's two dotted lines, that means, or if it's just one dotted line rather, it means either side can pass the other car or whatever. In England, I don't know what the fuck it means. I guess it means stay away, You're getting too close to the curb. Oh, moving on. Oh, yeah, I'm moving on big time after that one. Yeah. Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You. Believe the Dolly Parton one was way back in the 300s, but Whitney Houston fucking killed this song. She made it her own. This was a great song, classic 90s thing. You heard it on the radio all the time in the 90s. Again, people try to sing it in karaoke all the time, and they always fuck it up because there ain't no one that can sing quite like Whitney Houston could. So yeah, got no problem with that. Am I about to get mad? Oh, God. First annoyance of the night. No! 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 Fuck that! No! No, Kelly Clarkson, since you've been gone. You won American Idol. It's the only reason we even know who you are. God, what the fuck? No! Oh, higher than the Beatles, everybody. Higher than Pink Floyd. Higher than R.E.M. Meet Kelly Clarkson. She won a contest. Oh, God. Awful. Fuck. Jesus Christ. What are these people thinking? This is what happens when, you know, people with good music taste get old and die and younger people replace them. Gen Z, this came out for when millennials. Anyway, Gen Z people made this fucking happen. This is a symptom of a greater fucking illness. Fuck that shit. No! Pisses me off. Song fucking, yeah, it's fine for what it is, but no. Top 100, especially after all these bands we've been through. No. All right, I gotta read the comments now. Sorry for that freak out, kids. Dad just got a little upset. I'm calming down. 99 Riders, but an okay song. Yeah, that's pretty funny. How are there so many writers for a 4-minute song? Yeah. That Danger Mouse Gray album mashup of 99 Problems with Jay-Z, Helter Skelter is pretty scandalous. I've heard of it, but I haven't listened to it yet. Anyways, here's Wonderwall. Redbird says, LOL, you love it. No, I actually don't. I don't love it. Hate it. Not a fan. Not a fan of this list, but I'm trying to make the best I can, mate. Oasis has lots of great songs that you Americans never heard. I'm sure they do. I need to check that out. That's my promise to you. As my faithful listeners, I will give it a go and listen to their albums. Their alt-rock. There must be something good in there because I love alt-rock. Half of Ringo's records, in my opinion, are listenable. Too bad it got memed hard at times. I mean, does he sing, though? The dude can't really sing, Ringo. I feel like I've heard him attempt to sing, and it wasn't good. Yeah, Day to Remember did the Since You've Been Gone cover. I've heard it. It's fine. Oh, God, that sucked. Kelly Clarkson, I won a TV contest, and now I have a talk... Or Kelly, I won a TV contest, and now I have a talk show. Clarkson, yeah. How is Since You've Been Gone in the top 100? I don't know, dude, because there is no God. Yes, the ADTR version was better. All right, let's get past that fucking thing. How you guys doing out there? You guys hanging in out there? And now I'm right here. Woo! I feel like if I was like, after I just ranted after some kind of song or something, and there's like just an audience staring at me. All right, what's up, you guys? You still doing good out there? We still doing good out there? Let's make some noise. Sorry about that. Little Richard, Good Golly, Miss Molly. Yeah, classic rock and roll. Little Richard being as flamboyant as ever, probably during this song, kicking the piano bench out from underneath him as he, does his fucking little flashiness there. Good shit. UGK featuring Outkast International Players Anthem. I Choose You. I can tell you, this is kind of a classic rap song, a new classic. It's still they still do it on karaoke to this day. Yeah, it is a classic rap song. If you haven't heard the song, listen to it. I think it stands the test of time. I think it's witty. I think it's got like a great like beat change up, because like at first it's just like sampling this kind of like this old like Motown song with like it's like all treble and there's like no bass. And then I know it's just like boom, and then this like this bassy ass beat kicks in with this real strong like rap vocal. Like, yeah, it hits, man. To this day, it's kind of a classic song. Aretha Franklin, you make me feel like a natural woman. Yeah, sure. Oh, Carole King was one of the writers? Is this a cover? Okay, yeah. Carole King and her husband, songwriting partner Jerry Goffin, wrote Natural Woman specifically for Aretha Franklin at the request of producer Jerry Wexler in 67. Shortly after Respect and I Never Loved a Man turned into her superstar. Great. I wish someone would write a hit song for me that I didn't have to put any work into writing. And, of course, we get Hey Jude. And if you're reading this as a German, it's Hey Jew, because Jude means Jew in German. Hey Jew, don't make it bad. That's as far as I'm going to go with that. I got no problem with the Jews, okay? I've never even met a Jewish... No, I have met one Jewish woman who I had sex with. It was okay. The sex was okay. Yeah, whatever. I find it funny that this song never actually like made it onto a proper Beatles album, right? And then na 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 na. Yeah, that goes on a little long for me. And Paul McCartney's like coming in the background because he's like, he's like, hey Judy, 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 just blowing his fucking nut all over the grand piano in the studio. Like, I hate songs like that where like they're just dragging it out, baby. They know this is gonna be a live song, and they know they're gonna drag this out to be like a 16-minute version of the song, and you know you're just selling the fuck out of it like as if people don't already like it. You gotta like as if you yell it into the mic like you're having an orgasm, it's gonna just be that much more. I don't like that kind of pomp and circumstance of like old rock stardom. I feel like that's kind of like an old, kind of tired thing at this point. Just like holding a song out as long as squeezing as much juice out of something as you can. Just Judy, 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 Judy. You know, it's just okay. We get it. Just like fade it out a minute before it actually ends, because you don't need all that other na-nas in there. I'm sorry, you don't. You don't. What are people saying here? Tell me never get my girl. Don't sit down, play. Hell, I finally found a reason. I don't need no excuse. I got this time on my hands. You are the one to abuse. Oh! The drugs are kicking in. I wish I was on drugs right now. Chicago Transit Authority. Really? This is the first stream of mine you've joined? Sorry, I'm acting so unhinged on this one. Zachariah, thank you for dropping the Unsolved Mysteries reference. I love that show. Simon, could anyone ever make you feel like a natural woman, Josh? Probably a surgeon in Thailand could probably do that. If I had $10,000. Once we get to Kanye could cover Hey Jude in German. Oh! We got a hot one. Jimmy White. This list had mom vibes. Top 10 by moms, for moms, hipster moms. Yeah, pretty much. Ashtray Decay, another factoid. Hey Jude was written for John Lennon's son after John left his mother for Yoko. I think pretty much everybody knows that at this point. But yeah, I hope all you get an image of Paul McCartney nutting on his grand piano after my little thing I just went off on. Motherfuckers think John Lennon is a saint. Not, yeah, John Lennon, like, just go listen to his solo. Okay, if you think John Lennon is that amazing, just go listen to his solo albums. It won't take you long to find it's the first song, I forget the album, the first track. Read the title out loud to yourself. Just kind of shows you what kind of a visionary John Lennon was. Let's just say that Paul McCartney wrangled in a lot of John Lennon's more extreme ideas. I'll leave that for you as a homework assignment. Just go Spotify, Wikipedia, John Lennon discography, search through the first song, the first song on each album until you find the one that I'm talking about. It kind of hits you like a hammer to the head. Anyway, moving on. Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine, 88. I hate Guns N' Roses. This is a well-composed song. Yes, it should be in the top 100. I not my top 100, but just the collective top 100. Yes, it should be there. Sweet Child of Mine. LCD Sound System, All of My Friends. Man, these like songs from like the mid 2000s are really getting like their flowers in the last 100 here. Like, what the fuck? I'm telling you, it's these fucking Gen Z and millennials like having nostalgia for when they were younger. Yeah, LCD Sound System is they're like that. They're hipsters for sure. But they're like annoying kind of hipster to where like they would never admit to, like, they would never say okay. The dude, I think it's like one guy, an LCD Sound System. He comes across to me like a guy who would never admit that Korn had written not even one good song. The kind of guy who would never step foot in a McDonald's. The kind of guy who, even though everybody says they love the movie Pulp Fiction, he would say that it's derivative garbage. He seems very. I see there's 3 writers, so since this is an indie band, I'm assuming there's 3 band members. They just seem very pretentious to me. LCD Sound System, and I think they're a little overrated amongst the hipsters, quite honestly. All right, what do we got here? Sweet Child of Mine, Classic A's cock rock song, but there's much better songs on the album. I agree. Yes, Oasis was a huge fan of the Beatles. They made no mystery about that. They made that very clear. And they even, like, what was that album after, What's the Story, Morning Glory, that overinflated album Oasis did, Here Today or something like, or Be Here Now. Like, they tried their hardest to make that sound like kind of like a modern day Beatles record. Chicago Transit Authority, yeah, you caught what I was throwing down with the John Lennon song, "Woman is the neighbor of the world." Yeah, but it's not neighbor though. It's not neighbor. It's a different word that begins with an N, and it's a hard R too, baby. Yeah, Paul McCartney needed to be there and be like, let's reel that idea in, John. Mate, I know you're trying to make a good record, but we can't be dropping the hard R there, can we, John? You really need to think about that. I don't know, Paul. I think this is a great metaphor for women and how the world sees them. I don't think the two. Well, I think Paul did just fine without John, but I don't know if John did as well without Paul, and with Yoko stepping in. Good God, help us. Ashtray Decay. John Lennon brought Yoko to collab. He was performing with a guy, and the sound guy cut Yoko's mic after like a second of her screaming. I've seen the video. It's hilarious. Whatever Your Name Is, 95. Someone Great and All My Friends are the only songs I like on that LCD Sound System album. Simon, the Lennon song containing the N-word was meant ironically. It's meant to be anti-racist, comparing misogyny of racism. It was misguided by today's standards, but it doesn't make Lennon a Klansman, Josh. I know. I'm not saying he's a Klansman. I'm just saying that, like, that was just a bridge too far in America, I think. I mean, not in the South. The South probably like loved that Lennon record. In the South at the time, they're like, hell yeah, he's saying it how it is, finally. But I think everywhere else in the United States at that time, given our past and all, that was just a witty analogy too far. That back in those days might have been seen as like, well, obviously the record sold over here, but nowadays, oh, buddy, he would just be canceled, no questions asked. Yeah, okay, let's see here. The Rolling Stones, Tumbling Dice, never heard this song. Not gonna waste my time on shit I haven't heard because I got a lot more to go through here. Kiss, Prince, yes, love it, great song. People sing it karaoke all the time. Kind of got that 80s dated synthy sound, but yeah, it's kind of Prince's style. Al Green, what is that font? That's like a booger, that's like booger slime green. That's like a booger font with like a booger green. Why did Al let them do him this way? Bro, that's like that looks like it would be like the font for like a Green Day album. Like that green right there, that looks like like put your hand over the Al. That looks like it's like Green Day, like Kerplunk or something. God, that font does not match. And why did they do right justified on the font here, like on the spacing or whatever? Why didn't they either do left justified or centered? I have so many questions about the art design here. But yeah, Let's Stay Together, classic song for sure. Al Booger Green. That's what it looks like. Like he turned and he sneezed on the wall. And he was sick. He had the flu, so, he had all the green gunk in him. He just sneezed on the wall through a stencil, an Al Green stencil. And they're like, oh, we got it. And look was he standing outside of like a local library or something? What's this like? Or is he, or perhaps like a castle by some beach that's made out of limestone? Like, I don't okay. Marvin Gaye standing in the rain with the What's Going On album cover. This is not. Anyway. Talk about album covers. What's going on here? There's like 5 or 6 different things I'm looking at. Okay, CBS Records is pretty big. What are these? Are these album covers that he's done previously? Knight and Bob Dylan, Man and Music. What is all this? This is hideous. It's a hideous art design. Desolation Row. Never heard it. Oh, dude, maybe. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with this at all. What did I say? 2015 and before. This is technically before. Adele is kind of a modern classic, if I'm being honest. These are original songs. She's not doing covers. She's not like Elvis covering other people's classic songs. She's got a hell of a voice. People still sing the song at karaoke all the time. She kind of, I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. I don't feel great about it, but I gotta admit, we have to have some modern classic that we point to when we get old, to point back and be like, who were our great singers of the day that we can hold up to the classics of our parents' day and our grandparents' day? And Adele will be one of those vocalists. And she's still alive, and she hasn't OD'd or anything like Shmamie Winehouse did. What do we got here? I'm Waiting for the Man. I've never heard this song, so I'm moving along. And I don't particularly like Lou Reed's style, we'll just say. Ray Charles, What I Say. Yeah, it's a classic song. Sure, number 80, fine with it. Good. Amy Winehouse above fucking, oh, no. Not above Adele, even though it came out earlier, but still. No. Sorry. 79, guys. Number 70 out of all the bands that we've covered. This doesn't make me as mad as Kelly Clarkson, but Jesus Christ. You feel so bad for her, too, because she was real pretty. And, I mean, it's awful that you have to say that about someone after when they die young. It's like, they were so pretty. Ugly people should die, not pretty people. But what I mean is, like, as a guy, I'm looking at her and going, like, I'd take care of you, Amy Winehouse. Literally dies of alcohol poisoning in her 20s. Like, I drink a lot. And I'm like, well, shit. How much more than me did she drink? Because I'm still alive and well, seemingly. No, I disagree with this choice. No, that should have been way higher up on the list. I guess this is only here because it's a quote-unquote standard. You know, you can kind of play it anywhere at any time. It's kind of like a love or breakup song or something, or I don't know what. All right, whatever. Let's move on here. Oh, I love this song. I'll be there to love and comfort you. I love almost like the Arabic like hook. No, this is a great song. Love it. The Modern Lovers, Roadrunner. I've never heard this song in my life. Johnny Cash, I Walk the Line. I'd keep a power down somewhere down a time because you're mine. I walk the line. I have a vagina. It will be fun. Yeah, no, this is a classic. Johnny Cash, of course. Yes. Agreed. Pulp, Common People. Came out in 1996. Beavis? What the hell is this piece of crap? Britpop legend Jarvis Cocker has more soul and swagger exhaling a puff of smoke than most singers have in their entire careers. That's a fucking lofty-ass, pompous statement to make right off the bat. But okay. His band Pulp were kicking around the UK indie scene for years until they blew up in the 90s with Common People. Cocker sings about a posh art student who tells them, I want to sleep with common people like you. His reply is, I'll see what I can do. It's a witty satire of class tourism, but also a defiant tale of feeling like you're an outcast your whole... Okay, whatever. It's pretty fucking high up on the list for me never hearing about it. And you know, I'm just so fucking prolific. All right, what do these fucking comments have to say here? I haven't checked these in a hot minute. The Verve was trying to hit the Oasis popular wave in the late 90s with Bittersweet Symphony. Yes, and Bittersweet Symphony comes from You Can't Always Get What You Want by Rolling Stones, who copyright claimed it, and to my knowledge, since then, all the royalties from Bittersweet Symphony have gone to Rolling Stones. Double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's a fact. Let's see here. Gross cover. Adele deserves to be here. That's all I have to say. Yeah, I've come to grips with that. Rumor has it is better. I'd say they're equally fine. Amy Winehouse above Adele. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't agree with that. Amy over Adele any day of the week. Way more talented. Really? I don't really listen to either of them, but, you know. I never understood how the UK was able to produce such soulful, white-ass vocalists. Like in America, we have soulful black vocalists, which you expect to see because soul is kind of like goes hand in hand with the black experience in America, I guess. But man, the UK, you got these fucking singers who sound just as soulful, and they're pasty as the day is long. I mean, fucking, you pin Peter Gabriel against Ray Charles. Very similar voices. Peter Gabriel, white as a fucking bowl of rice, or whatever you want to call it. Adele, Cockney and all, you know, British as fuck. Soulful ass vocalist. Amy Winehouse, soulful ass vocalist. Looks like a Chavette. I don't get it. What's going on over there in your guys' vocal cords and nasal cavities that give you this soulful resonance that us white vocalists in America don't seem to have? Because in America, it's all you're like a rock vocalist or something like that. You don't get a lot of like white soulful guys. Oh, I was going to say Rick Astley, but Rick Astley is British. Rick Astley has a very soulful voice. Very white. I don't get it. Let's see here. Johnny Cash is overrated. Yes and no. He has a lot of songs that people don't talk about that are really good. Like, he's got that song about, like, it was like 17 minutes or whatever, or something like that, where it's like he's doing this countdown to where he gets hanged in the gallows. That's a pretty chilling song, but it was also tongue-in-cheek too at the same time. Let me see. Hallelujah is a Buckley's version. Feeling stuff is underrated. And UB40 sounds like Jamaicans. Red, red wine. Honestly, Josh, I sound exactly like Sam Cooke. What you're saying is spot on, or am I just high? Yeah. Leonard Cohen, Hallelujah. Yep. I agree with you. That's another song. It's like this song has just always been around since the beginning of time. Like, you can't believe that it's one of these songs that came out in 84? Really? Jeez. I thought that song would have come out in like the 60s or 50s. Just like such a classic. And then Jeff Buckley covered it, right? And then his version got really popular. What? Get the fuck out. Beyonce for... Oh my God. This list is such bullshit. Really? Beyonce for... No, I'm sorry. No. Delete, edit, erase. No. This song wasn't even that popular as a fucking pop song when it came out. Nobody ever talks about it. I never get requests for it. It was kind of a banger. No, dude. 73? The fuck is your justification for this, Rolling Stone? Man, and it's like you can't even call this one recency bias because it's not even that fucking recent. It's almost 10 years old. When Beyonce released Formation in 2016, the tremors were immediate and undeniable. Incorrect. I was DJing in 2016. False. Nobody really cared that much. They were way more into Crazy in Love or Drunk in Love or whatever. They weren't fucking with Formation. Especially that whack ass intro where she does a whole ass fake out for a minute and then she starts a song all over. It's like, what was that about? Why did you even do that? It was so stupid. She debuted the song on the eve of her Super Bowl 50 performance where she enthralled audiences by employing dozens of dancers dressed like Black Panthers. Okay, now we finally got to the crux of it. Yeah, this is a woke choice, guys. It was a complete package of black radical feminist self-assertion. Yeah. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why it's at number 73, because black radical feminist self-assertion, man. Fuck the white man. Yeah. That's what I thought. And that's what Rolling Stone is been, modern day Rolling Stone. This list actually so far has been not horrible. But if you pick up a Rolling Stone magazine these days, this is what it's all about. It was a complete package of black radical feminist self-assertion. That is the front and center of every, and I'm not saying that, you shouldn't assert yourself if you're a female black woman, but there are other people that also exist too that are going to read your publication that maybe aren't black women who are radical feminists. Maybe you're only catering to 3% of your total readership by just talking about this one thing. That's almost as if you guys who sub to my channel Sub because I do music related kind of topics. And then all of a sudden one day, I just start talking about gardening videos. And that's all. I refuse to talk about music. I only talk about gardening. And you guys all get pissed. And I'm like, what? Do you have something against gardening, you ignorant idiot? And it's like, Josh, are you really comparing the struggles of you know, all these different kinds of people to gardening and talking about rock music? Yes, I kind of am. I'm just trying to paint an analogy here. Yeah, bullshit. And now they gotta put salve on my ass by giving me an actual song that does belong high up on the list. Yes, this is a great song. All right, let's see what everyone's saying here. Amy Winehouse paved the way for Adele. Yeah, Beyonce. Better than Hallelujah. Yep. And Formation by Beyonce is better than Hallelujah. You got that goddamn right, and don't you forget about it. Number one is probably going to be similar to this. Yeah, probably. Johnny Cash was very metal, did the song 13, and with Glenn Danzig, and even with Stranger, Danzig was friends with Roy Orbison, did a song in the studio, Life Fades Away, with him as well. That's cool. This list was not horrible. This will age like milk at Walmart. Yeah, you're right. Kind of already has. Black radical feminist self-assertion. That's you to a T, Josh. I know. I may not look like it, but I am a proud black woman. And I need you guys to know that. Rolling Stone is woke because woke is the trendy thing to do in 2024. Yes, that is true. Art for Universe. I like the cover Johnny Cash did of Depeche Mode, Personal Jesus. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I like Rusty Cage. I like all the covers he did for the most part. Yesterday's an overrated Beatles song. Yeah, I mean, it's a little schmaltzy, but it you know, it is what it is. Chicago Transit Authority, thank you for the super chat. Random donation. Have a good day, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm going to give it a little heart reaction there and a kiss on the cheek, whether you wanted it or not. 71, Tracy Chapman, Fast Car. That's a little high on the fucking list, don't you think? It's a good song, but she repeats that guitar riff over and over again. We got a fast car. I got a thing, gonna drive somewhere. Like, it's a good song, but like it's like she just took that one guitar riff and just rode that bitch out for like 4 minutes. So when you're driving, riding in your car, speeding so fast, sounds like I was drunk. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not angry at it, but it's a little high. Closer we get to 50, man, I'm starting to get a little nervous here. Elvis Presley, Suspicious Mind, sure. It's crazy to think that, like, Beatles were dropping songs the same time that Elvis was, like, kind of on his like downward, like, kind of slump, but he was still out there, you know, taking care of business. TCB, man. It's crazy to think, but yeah. And then what is it? The Fine Young Cannibals covered Suspicious Minds, and they'd play it at the CVS all the time where I worked. And the singer of Fine Young Cannibals had this weird ass voice, and all you'd hear over the loudspeaker was like, "We can't go on with these suspicious minds." It was like, what the fuck is this fucking song? And I'm like, oh, I see Taylor Swift. Oh, no. All Too Well. I don't even know this song all that well. What? No. God, this is not good. I'm going to blow my voice out. I can already feel it. She's only got 2 writers, though. Herself and someone else. You gotta, for someone as big as her, you gotta give her props on that, though, man. I mean, this bitch knows how to write some pop music, apparently. I don't even consider her music all that poppy. I mean, some of them are, but well, now she seems like she's like more. I don't know what the fuck she is. She's changing genres on every album. Yeah, I don't know this song all that well, and no one really sings it at karaoke. They sing a shit ton of other Taylor Swift songs, but okay, I don't agree with it at all. But I respect Taylor Swift and the fact that she's a songwriter, so I gotta give her props to that, or else I'm a fucking hypocrite. Chic, Good Times. Yeah, it's a little high on the list, but that's a good song, you know. Good times, we all want good times. Was Nile Rodgers involved in just like everything that was like funk related from like the 70s and beyond? Like, good lord, that guy's like the funk master. Bob Dylan, Tangled Up in Blue. Yeah, that's his popular fucking song. One of his bigger hits, I recall. Yeah, now we're getting into the classics. Simon Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Water. That's another song that I can't. I thought that was an old gospel song. I thought that song was just like always around. I thought that was like a song that was like in the Bible or something. Like I couldn't believe that like that it was written by some guy in the early 70s. Like, it shit's crazy to me that it just feels like a song that's always existed. What you guys got to say? I saw someone added JC's cover Personal Jesus is one of the worst covers. I'm thinking, you stupid. Wow, that's crazy. Thanks for the kiss. Or sweet pie. Yeah. We haven't seen much Taylor Swift yet. Wonder where she is. No, yeah, you said it, man. You cursed us. 69, nice. Yeah. T Swift 6. I would. Why do I gotta be sexual with everything? But I would 69 with Taylor Swift. And why do I have to say stuff like that? I'm just being. I mean, she's pretty hot, but again, if you piss her off, I think she would grow fangs and claws, and like her neck would extend. Kind of like in Stranger Things, the last season, when people are about to like snap into pieces. Like, I think Taylor Swift does that, but she just stays alive and becomes this big alien thing. With that being said, I would 69 with her if that was an option, which it never will be. Chuck Berry is the real king of rock and roll. Sure. Simon Matthew Robinson, dude from the Fine Young Campbell sound, a little bit like Kermit the Frog. He had a funky voice. She drives me crazy. Oh. It's an iconic song of fans. Are you talking about the Taylor Swift song? It doesn't bode well for the rest. No, it does not. The Taylor Swift thing, at least. Chic, good disco music, or funky, the one. Emo bassist. Yeah, it's crazy to think that Elvis was still around during the beginning of the punk movement. Well, yeah, I know, dude. It's like, seems like totally different times. Bridge Over Troubled Water. Okay. Let's keep rolling on here. Keep rolling. Earth, Wind, and Fire, September. Abso-fucking-lutely. That song still slaps. To this day, still a fantastic song. Yeah, stands the test of time. You can play it at any event, anywhere, ever. People start dancing. I've tried this. It works. Yes. Ramones, Blitzkrieg Bop. Absolutely. One of the first punk bands out there, guys. Showing them how it's done. Showing them that you don't have to be this super talented person to be able to play music. Why so much Bob Dylan in the top 100? Because he wrote the song like a Rolling Stone. Of course. Don't you know anything? Would you ever be Taylor Swift's weekend bussy? A sort of reverse Gabriel and Sinead. Yes, I would. If she wants to fly out. Well, if she wants to fly me out to where she's at, I got a fear of flying, so that would get complicated. But I'm sure she could give me some good designer drugs to knock me out during the flight. Yes, September over Staying Alive all day long, for sure. Oh, thank you for the super chat, J-Rob. You produce great, varied content and music. Next is the road to 100K subs for you and enough revenue to do this full time. Dude, that would be so kick-ass. Thank you for the donation. That's the goal, man. That's why I'm doing all kinds of different things to see like what I can do to grow my base and viewership and just grift people out of all their money and just talk about James Rolfe. I'm joking. I checked my analytics the other day, and it could just be like a lark, or it just could be a fluke or whatever. But I've noticed that my new viewership has like gone like up, and then my returning viewership has like been going down, meaning that I think I got a huge burst of subs from talking about AVGN and James Rolfe and Rex Viper. And then as I kept making videos not about that content, I think a lot of the viewers have been less interested, even though my views are doing good on my videos. All the people who stopped in for all the AVGN shit they're realizing that I'm not a channel that just sits around and talks about fucking AVGN all the time. Ooh, fucking AVGN. Ugh, that's a gross visual to think about. But yeah, like, so hopefully I can stand on my own 2 feet without standing on the shoulders of James, and I'll still be able to hold an audience. Everybody has to, you got to get your foot in the door somehow or another, you know? Like, everybody kind of like, whether it's a band that does a cover song and they get big off the cover, or whether it's somebody doing like reviewing things that other people have done, like you gotta get your foot in the door, talking about something that a lot of other people care about already. It's really hard to do it with just original content right out the gate. That's a long road to get a fan base that way. 63, Dolly Parton, Jolene. Yes, although these lyrics they make me cringe because they're so pitiful. She's like, Jolene, please don't take my man. I know you can do it, just because you can. Talking about how much more beautiful this woman is than her, and, just begging her to not take her man. It's like, bro, grow some balls. Go, like, get some self-confidence. Like, go and slap a bitch. Don't let her take your man. Or I don't know, it's just the patheticness of the lyrics of this song always felt weird to me, although the melody is fantastic, and the harmonies and all that, the vocals, good stuff all around, but the lyrics always just bugged me on that song. One. No. Over fucking rated song, like out the ass. Song is so fucking overrated to me. One love, one life, we've got to carry each other. One. Like, no, I'm good. No thanks, Bono. Oh, damn. Stairway to Heaven is only at 61? Damn, there's a new group of sheriffs in town at Rolling Stone, and they're none too fucking pleased with songs that are pretty much considered classic top 10 songs of all time. I mean, yes, it's a played out song, but Jesus, it's way higher than 61. Good God. That's kind of crazy. What are you saying in the chat here? Josh Toten, I'm late. Did I miss any big upsets? Oh, yeah, buddy. You missed quite a few, actually. Yeah. Thanks, Unoriginal, for keeping people abreast of what they missed. Base Taylor Swift was way hotter when she was more the girl next door type. Yeah. I don't know how much I can agree to that statement without me coming across as... because she was pretty young when she was doing the girl next door look, so I don't know how much I can really comment on that statement, but I'm just gonna leave that there. I found like under 20 videos about James, and people say Josh only talks about him. Yeah, that's mainly certain forums on the internet that do a lot of that noise making. No INXS or Duran Duran list. I think there was a Duran song on there, and I believe there was one INXS song, but I don't remember. Bets 95. Empty subs still worth it though to get the subs that do stick around for the. Yeah, I mean you kind of have to lose some subs to gain some subs. You get a little wave and then some leave and then some stick around. I'm gonna have to take a look at your AVGN stuff as it's been years since I visited anything AVGN related. Winky face. Are you being sarcastic? I don't know. Jolene is a fucking tune. It is a fucking tune, mate. Tune. Why also stick around is aside Josh's music and other videos. I also like his music taste. Thank you. It seems like a lot of people who do watch my channel seem to actually like my music taste, and that's why they hang around, and that's fucking awesome, man. It gives me a reason to live. You hardly ever talk about Joy Division or Modern English. Well, I'll talk about Joy Division right now. I think Ian Curtis is a horrendous singer. I hate his vocals. I don't know why so many people like his voice. I don't know how they got as big as they did with a frontman who sounds like that. Modern English is the only song I know by them is I'll Stop the World and Melt With You. That's all I know about those two bands. So I'm sure I've royally pissed you off at this point. Jolene takes on another context if you read it as her being jealous and bi-curious. I know, she's almost got this this subby energy in that song, like she's on her knees in front of this Jolene chick and she's like, please don't take my man and I'll eat your pussy. Like, it does. I've watched too much porn, guys. That's all there is to it. Like, I'm sick. Yeah, I know. 61. The Zepp Stairway to Heaven is at 60 fucking 1. What's up, GTV Japan? Toxic by Local H was awesome. I think I only know Bound to the Floor by Local H. I never contemplated Jolene as a bi-curious anthem. Dolly Damp for the Muffin. I'll see if my mom, who loves the song, has ever considered that interpretation. Please do and get back to us. I only want to hear people say nice things about AVGN. LOL. There's not a whole lot of nice things to say about AVGN nowadays. There's more like, he's okay. Another thing I wanted to add, you have Kid A on your wall, my favorite Radiohead album. Yeah. No, it's one of, I mean, it's either OK Computer or Kid A for me. Okay, let's keep chugging along here. Okay, I love Kate Bush. Love her. I think she's important to art pop. I will say, Running Up That Hill, okay, did Running Up Stranger Things season 4, when Running Up That Hill was killed to death, when the one character, the redheaded chick, when she had to keep listening to that song to keep the thing from possessing her, was that before or after this list in 2021? I want to say that was after or before this list, meaning that I think the only reason that this song is this high is because Stranger Things was as popular as it was. This song got I mean, it's true, but I probably can't say it. This song got after Stranger Things 4. Really? It was after Stranger Things 4. Or okay. So did Stranger Things 4 with this song, the season 4 or whatever, did it come out before this list or after? Because if it came out after, I'd be surprised they rated it this high. List before Stranger Things. So this list came out before. Wow, and they put it this high even before this. Okay, so now if they redid the list, they'd probably put the song in at number 30. It'd probably go up 30 spots. It'd be in the top 50. It's a great song. It's a great song. I love Kate Bush. I would God, I'm gonna stop saying sexual things. It had to do with me and her bush, so just use your imagination. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, The Message, what's considered to be one of the first rap songs, mainstream rap songs of all time. Yeah, this kind of started a revolution. Well, it didn't kind of, it did start a revolution. Not all on its own, of course, but you know, it definitely led to rap becoming, you know, the mainstream juggernaut it is to this day. David Gilmour plays a guitar and Running Up That Hill? What? I need a source on that. It says a guy named Alan Murphy played the guitar apparently. Yeah, I don't hear any of David Gilmour's trademark, like, distinct playing on that song. And David Gilmour, if David Gilmour's going to guest guitar on a song, he's not going to play rhythm. He's going to do lead work. That's why you get Dave Gilmour on guitar on your Peter Cetera has a song called You Never Listen to Me, and David Gilmour guests on that one. And that song not only is a great song, but it sounds like a song that would come directly off of Momentary Lapse of Reason, Pink Floyd's Momentary Lapse of Reason, because it sounds so much like a Dave Gilmour era Pink Floyd song, but you just have Peter Cetera singing over the top of it. It's a great song. You should listen to it if you're a fan of that era of Pink Floyd. It's like a hidden Pink Floyd, like a really good hidden Pink Floyd Gilmour era song with Peter Cetera, who I think has a great voice. I love his voice. Killer voice. The band, The Weight, yeah, this is a great song. Take a load off Fatty. Take a load for free. Yeah, it's a great song. I agree. Sly and Family Stone, Family Affair. I don't know if I'm super familiar with it, but I know they're like a classic, like funky band, so I guess it makes sense. Work It? No. And the top, getting towards the top 50. Is it worth it? Let me work it. Put my thing down, flip it and reverse it. It's your if and no, it songs that doesn't suck, but not this hot. What the fuck? What is their reasoning? Elliot and Timberland were on top of the world when they made Work It her biggest hit. Is that her biggest hit? Yet they stayed as hungry and experimental as ever. The first time they cut the song, Tim said something he'd never told her before. That ain't it. So they went back to studio. With Work It, I made her go back 4 times because I'm like, that ain't it. That's not it. That's not it. But it paid off when Elliot came up with the backward vocal hook. When she got to that reverse part, I was like, oh, we out here. We're done. When you bake a great cake, you need the right... shut up. Disagree. Fuck out of here. Madonna, Like a Prayer, 55? Ugh, I don't know. I guess it's kind of it's a classic song. But that's pretty... I don't know, man. I was expecting some, like, older songs in this position. Gee, I wonder where Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit's gonna be. Let's see what you guys are saying. There's a live version of Running Up That Hill with Gilmour on guitar. He basically discovered Kate. Yeah, Work It is a better song than Stairway to Heaven. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. Yeah, Madonna, Like a Prayer. Okay, let's keep going. Chugging along here. Chug it. Woot. Smokey Robinson, The Miracles, Tracks My Tears. Now, see, this is the kind of shit I expect to see up this high up. This old black dude from one of my old gigs at Applebee's back when I ran karaoke. He would always sing all these Motown songs, and he did a pretty good job. And this guy was probably in his 80s, and he had that essence of someone who was young during that time, you know. So these songs meant a lot to him. And it was cool to hear somebody do it so, like, authentically. And whenever I see songs like Smokey Robinson, I always think of Bobby D. He passed away a few years ago, but he was a very kindly old man who loves singing these Motown songs and was kind of touching in some kind of a way that I don't quite understand. Yes, Beach Boys, Good Vibrations absolutely should be this high up. This is a fucking classic song. It's a little mini orchestra made for teenagers, as Brian Wilson once called it. God, I'd really love a Mountain Dew right now. Hey, you guys wait for just 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Hell yeah, brother. Mountain Dew. That's how you know I'm not fucking around. That's how you know I'm not fucking around as a YouTube personality, as I'm drinking that fucking Mountain Dew. The Beach Boys back when people cared. Oof. I would say the Beach Boys back when they were still like a fresh, relevant act and not just a nostalgia act like they are now with like one original member left. You know, why do assholes live forever like Mike Love? That guy's fucking nuts. And if you don't know who Mike Love is, if you've ever heard a Beach Boys song, which all of you have heard at least one, Mike Love is the one with the really nasally voice. If everybody had a surfboard across the USA. He did all the lead vocals on all the old Beach Boys songs. And then like the Wilson brothers started doing the vocals on like the more mid-period Beach Boys, like more experimental hits, like God Only Knows was Carl Wilson. Carl Wilson did the verses on Good Vibrations. Brian Wilson did Wouldn't it be nice if we were older, that we wouldn't have... That song's a little out of my range. But yeah. But Mike Love, he was kind of the front man for their early songs. And he's such a fucking dick. Anyone who knows anything about the Beach Boys knows how much of a fucking conservative jackass that Mike Love is. And I just got done, and yes, I know this is going to sound like a weird statement, but I just got done listening to John Stamos' autobiography or biography, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And John Stamos from Full House, Uncle Jesse from Full House, has nothing but praise to rain down on Mike Love. Him and Mike Love are still bros to this day. Mike Love was the officiant at John Stamos' wedding. Like, it's fucking insane. But yeah. Alice in Chains over Nirvana. Yeah, I agree. That's pretty easy. I don't think that's that like controversial of an opinion. Haven't seen the Human League, OMD, Erasure, or Gary Newman on this list. And at this point, you are not going to see them most likely because we're getting into modern pop shit or super old classic stuff at this point. That's my prediction going forward. It's going to be modern pop shit or old classics. Let's move on. Donna Summer, I Feel Love. Yes. This is like one of the first, like, I would venture to say one of the first techno songs out there. This is a great song. It started modern dance music. Dionne Warwick, Walk On By. I don't know if I'm too familiar with this song, you guys. So I'm gonna walk on by this song. All right, we're getting into the top 50. Here we go. It's taken me hours of live streams to get to this moment. Donna Summer sucks. Damn, that's a hot take. I Feel Love. Get your poppers rush on, baby. Yeah, that's right. Especially if you're engaging in that butt sex. Get them poppers ready. It relaxes your butthole muscles, I've heard. Oh my God. No fucking way. Daddy Yankee Gasolina. Ugh. God, I knew it. I knew it. It was gonna be current pop shit or old classics. Gasolina. Everybody gasolina. Oh, God. Hold on a second, guys. I'm getting a message here from somebody. Hold on. Sorry about this. Hey, I'm doing my live stream right now. You'll have to call back later. Jesus, the nerve of these people interrupting me. Fucking Daddy Yankee Gasolina. Everybody gasolina. It's not even the remix, which is way better than the original version. Ugh, God, disgusting. What a piece of shit. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Let me guess. Well, she didn't do Killing Me Softly. Doo-wop that thing. This high on the list? This high on the list? Boy, you know you better watch out. Some guy. No, man, not this high. I know the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is like become known as this Holy Grail album that one must not disparage Miss Lauryn Hill, but Lauryn Hill is batshit nuts, first of all. And this song is like a rip-off doo-wop song. And no, not top 50. Man, this sucks. Cringe, yeah. Cringe to Daddy Yankee. No, Gasolina slaps, but not for the 50th song. Like, throw that shit up in the 300s or even the 200s would have been fine. We haven't seen much Latin representation, so that would have been fine. But not at 50th. Fuck that. Looking at the 50th song leads us to actually know the person who wrote the song has suffered brain damage and is also being paid off by record labels. I don't know what record label's still trying to gas up a song from 2010 or 2004 or whatever the fuck you guys are saying in the chat, but Flying V, I'm dumb to walk in a store and steal, so I'm dumb enough to ask for a date with Lauryn Hill. Yeah, classic Eminem line right there. Yeah, Despacito will probably be on this fucking list. Just you wait. Ooh, pleasant surprise. Idiotech in the top 50? Yes. Finally, some hipster little fucking, some hipster dudes with glasses were in the fucking writer's room for this one. Hell yeah. Good. Big ups to you, Rolling Stone. Right back there, baby. I wholeheartedly agree. Wholeheartedly agree with this one. Finally. Yeah, and look, it's got a lot of writers, but guess what? All those guys are in the fucking band. Well, I don't know if Arthur Krieger is. Colin Greenwood, Ed O'Brien, Johnny Greenwood, Phil Selway, Tom York, Paul Lansky, and Arthur Krieger might have been like engineers or something, but everyone else is in the band. I like how they give Phil Selway a credit, even though it's like I believe it's like all electronic drums on this song. And maybe he programmed the drums. I agree. Agree. More like this, please. Elton John, Tiny Dan. What's up with this 45? Did they just take a picture of somebody's 45 they had lying around their basement or something? Like someone like hand wrote on this and like some child like circled the title and scrabbled on. Like that's where are they getting this album art from? Yeah, I agree. Tiny Dancer. I actually said when we came up on Rocket Man, which was actually like in the 200s, I was like, man, why not Tiny Dancer or something? And yeah, Tiny Dancer made it way higher up on the list. Yeah, I agree. Shocked that there isn't any Stone Temple Pilots on the list. I mean, I think there was one song way back a long time ago, but at this point, bro, you ain't seeing there ain't gonna be no STP 47 and above. I'm surprised Idiotech got that high. I'm really happy about that. That kind of eases my my wounds. A lot of these, Tiny Dancer, not one of the best Elton John songs. It's just overplayed, dude. It's just way overplayed. We're all tired of hearing this song, but the lyrics, the melody, the oh how it feels so real lying here, no, you know, the whole thing is just a really well written song with really good lyrics. But we at the same time, yes, we're all tired of hearing fucking Tiny Dancer. But you do gotta give it its props. It's just an MIA song, paper, not this high. Yes, this is a good song. I like this song, but not this high. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, this song is tired. Everyone's tired of this song. Wow, they had gunshots in the chorus. All I want to do is bang, 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 and you know, whatever. Like, no. Disagree. It's not a bad song, but not this high. Oh, I got a K-Dot song. Now, this is a masterpiece of an album, To Pimp a Butterfly. Yes, I will give you that. All Right was the single off of this album. It is not. They could have picked so many better songs. How Much a Dollar Costs should have been in the place of All Right. This is a brilliant album, believe it or not, especially coming from me, who's not been the biggest supporter of the rap albums, but this is a masterpiece of an album, but not this song. It should have been How Much a Dollar Costs, Blacker the Berry, even This Dick Ain't Free would have been fine with me. Okay, sure. Okay, Michael Jackson, Billie Jean, 44, yep. You know, had Leaving Neverland not come out, I think the song would have been in the top 10. You know that's true. This song would have been in the top 10. Seeing the Clash in the writer's credit for the MI. Yeah, hey, at least they get credit. At least they get royalties. Josh Toten, the top 50 is like someone threw together a bunch of random overplayed songs from the early to mid 2000s and then some legit decent ones. Yeah, pretty much. I got married to Tiny Dancer, her choice, but I love it too. It isn't even ruined by her ruining my life and turning me into manic depressive with major anxieties. The divorce was sweet. Damn, dude. I'm sorry to hear about that. Hey, Kendrick Lamar. All Right, the best Lamar song. That's a choice for sure. Yeah, no. Surprise Billie Jean isn't top 15. Yep. We all agree. We're all in agreement so far, the last few songs at least. I've been seeing, whenever I see a shitty picture of an old 45, I'm like, all right, it's going to be an old one. It probably deserves to be here. Look, it's got the dude's name Alex written on the top over My Girl. Yes, My Girl is by Temptations. Classic song. Can't fuck with it. Agree. Bob Marley and the Wailers, Redemption Song. Yep, that's a great song. It's way less repetitive than his other songs. It's a beautiful song. I wouldn't even consider this reggae. It's like a folk song. Let me see. Asher, gotta go grocery shopping. We'll be watching on my phone, but won't be able to chat. It's all right. Glad you can take me on your errands that you run. Let's keep going here. Let's keep chugging along. Oh, okay. Where is calling the person who I said Joy Division won't be in the list in the top 50? Where you at? Where you at, dude? Who said, why don't you talk about Joy Division and Simple Minds more? Where'd that person go? Here it is. Love Will Tear Us Apart. In at 41. In at 41, like one of the only Joy Division songs I like. Love will tear us apart again. New Dawn Fades is my other favorite Joy Division song. New Dawn Fades is really good. And actually, you know who did a really good cover of New Dawn Fades is Moby. That's right, you heard me. Moby did a really good cover of New Dawn Fades by Joy Division. Go look it up. Jimi Hendrix Experience, All Along the Watchtower. Yep, I think it's better than Bob Dylan's version by a country mile. Ooh, what do we got here? Yep, Bombs Over Baghdad, I think that's a great song. To me, it's a bit high on the list. But this is a great song. It's like a neo rap song. It doesn't sound quite like any rap you've heard. The first of all, most rap songs have a BPM that's around the, I don't know, 100 to 110, maybe 120, but no higher than that. Dude, Bombs Over Baghdad, that the tempo on that song is like, feels like 160 at least. It's a fast song. Like, I do that song at karaoke sometimes. I definitely need the lyrics to sing it correctly, but I think this is a solid choice. Again, I don't think I would put it this high on the list, but this is a really good song. Okay, Art for Universe. Did you see your Joy Division? Did you see it up there at number whatever the hell it was, 41, I think? Yeah, Outcast is a little high, but it's a good song. What else we got? Yep, Sitting on a Dock of the Bay, Otis Redding. Got no disagreements there. Classic. You know, they say that song's about him contemplating suicide. It sounds like a peaceful, contemplative song. But I've heard rumor that he's sitting on the dock of the bay because he's about to jump into the water and drown himself. And he's basically just observing his surroundings and contemplating his life before he jumps. Because the bridge kind of elaborates it more. Because in the song he's talking about ain't nothing going my way. It looks like things are never gonna change. Nothing's gonna get better. So I'm why should I remain or something like that. It's really kind of creepy, like, or not creepy, but haunting if you think about it from that context. What is this, Prince? When Doves Cry. Yeah, I guess I can see them putting it this high. This is a classic song. To me, it sounds a little, the 80s production on it kind of grits against my anus a little bit, but aside from that, yeah. This is what it sounds like when doves cry. I saw a meme the other day, and it said, Trent Reznor sound like every song he sings, he's in the vocal booth rubbing his nipples. And it's kind of true. Like, every Nine Inch Nails song, it does sound like Trent's in the vocal booth rubbing his nipples. But I could say the same thing about Prince. It sounds like every song he sings, he's just in the vocal booth like, when doves cry. Oh, God. White Stripes? Seven Nation Army at 36? I mean, it's a rock song, so I'm not that mad, but no, that is way too high. Ugh. I mean, yes, if people do sing a White Stripes karaoke song, it's going to be Seven Nation Army, but like, that's too high for that song. I don't think so. Thank you. I'm glad you liked my Prince impersonation. Trent is on the edge of gasm every song. It's true. Yeah, it's a good song, but it's too high. It's a very basic. Again, when I first heard this song when I was like, I don't know, I was like 14 or something when this song came out. I was like, man, another simple guitar riff that no one had thought of until that point. I couldn't believe that no one else had thought of don 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 don. It's like, damn, really? Like, he's the first dude that came up with that guitar. It's so simple, but yet no one had done it. Simplicity. It's harder to do than being complex sometimes. Gee, Josh, thanks for that sagely advice. Well, you know, I do what I can. Little Richard, Tutti Frutti. Oh, Rudy. Ah! Yeah, sure. Do you have a karaoke song you wish more people requested? Nope. And people ask me, what song do you want me to sing? I don't know. Can you pull out a Mama by Genesis and sing it in the way that a 1982 era Phil Collins could? Oh, you can't? Well, then no, there's not a song I want to hear you sing. Karen. James Brown's Papa's Got a Brand New Bag. Yes, this is a great song. Does not surprise me it's this high up on the list. Still got some funkiness factor when I play it live. Sure. Chuck Berry, Johnny Be Good. Yes. Now yes, obvious. Yes. This is the shit that you expect to see this high. So, oh, what Notorious B.I.G. song is it? Juicy. That's really high on the list. But if we're trying to make this list more, if this is going to be an ever evolving list to where, like, let's say they did the top 500 songs back in 2003, Juicy would have been way, way lower. But this is an evolving list, and we're trying to get, now these songs in the 90s have been out for over 30 years now. So you kind of have to reconsider their place in the cultural zeitgeist and their importance therein. And I think it's probably important to start, taking some of these old school songs from the 90s, these rap songs, and putting them high up because they are kind of culturally relevant still and influenced a lot of people, and Biggie and Tupac are cited as the most influential rappers, yada yada yada, all that bullshit. The Rolling Stones, I Can't Get No Satisfaction. I could give a fuck about this song and the band, but I get why everyone's got a huge throbbing erection for this song and band, I guess. I don't know. Yes, Straight Outta Compton is way, way lower on the list than the Biggie song. And Fuck the Police. Lord? What? Royals? Fuck that shit. No. Are you fucking serious? What the fuck kind of PCP-laced crack fucking cocaine are these motherfucking idiots smoking? No! That is fucking insane. A top 30 of 500? Lord Royals? Really? What the fuck what kind of crack are you smoking? This song is okay at best. I never play it. Nobody ever requests to sing it. It's no. What the fuck are you thinking? At least she's higher than Billie Eilish, which I feel Billie Eilish is kind of a Lorde ripoff. I mean, I don't feel that way anymore, but when Billie Eilish first came out, she sure as shit sounded a lot like Lorde. Ugh. God. Ugh. Jesus Christ. What a fucking... No. That is god awful. Fuck. Ugh. Yeah, I guess. I'm so beaten down by what just happened. Yeah, sure. Fine. Nothing but a G thing. God, that makes me upset. Yeah, that's fine. Dr. Dre. That's fine. Oh, there's my Once in a Lifetime. That's really high for Once in a Lifetime, but it's a good song. Yeah. Okay. Josh, I'm trying to stay strong. I really am. The guy's name was Josh. I'm not referring to myself in third person. No, dude, I don't need a line of coke. I need the opposite of that because I need alcohol to calm me down. I've always been sober when I do these live streams, unfortunately. And Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run, sure, I get it. I get why it's that high. Oh, wow, look, we got Joni Mitchell again. Blue, A Case of You. I don't hear anybody ever fucking talking about Joni Mitchell. I really don't. I get that she's like old as fuck and this like, you know, singer, songwriter, folky, whatever. But you know, I don't think she's that great. I think she kind of sucks. Oh, Runaway by Kanye West. Oh, no. No. What the fuck is this? Yeah, it's an interesting song. It was like I think the original was like 9 minutes long. It's a cool song. Not this high up on the fucking greatest songs of all time, Runaway. Well, yeah, if you're 19 years old and you've only heard 20 songs in your entire life and this was one of them, like, this record was really good, but this is not 25 of, no. Stupid. Oh my God. This is just going to get worse. I'm feeling bad omens right now. Not bad omen on this one though. Oh yeah, Day in the Life, only at 24. I'm surprised this wasn't in top 10. This is a fantastic song. This is a fucking emotional roller coaster right here. Ah, Fadouche. Or whatever the, Italian people say. Yes, Day in the Life by the Beatles, probably one of my favorite Beatles songs of all time. It's a great song. I can't believe that it's not higher up on the list. Interesting. I have no idea what the top 10 are going to be, man. I have no fucking idea. I'm surprised. Like I said, I'm surprised this isn't in the top 10. This is an amazing song. Like, what the fuck? Okay, let's keep going. Heroes by Bowie. I know a lot of people like this song. And I don't mind it being in this position. I don't really like this song that much. I'm not a huge David Bowie fan. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just going to keep scrolling. Now let's read this little blurb here because it has kind of got a sweet sentiment. After a coke-fried spell in Los Angeles, Bowie was detoxing in Berlin when he spied two lovers having a rendezvous by the Berlin Wall. Said Bowie, I thought of all the places to meet in Berlin, why pick a bench underneath a guard turret on the wall? Imagining the story behind their affair, Bowie wrote his most compassionate song ever. The song builds for 6 minutes with Bowie setting his ragged and passion croon over a throbbing groove consisting of Eno's humming synths, Robert Fripp's guitar, and producer Tony Visconti banging on a metal ashtray that was lying around the studio. Bowie wills a now that's a great, beautiful story behind the lyrics. I have no problem with it being here, and that's all I'm gonna say. The Ronettes, Be My Baby. Sure. Phil Spector's Wall of Sound and all that business. It's a good song. Brian Wilson said that song made him jealous as hell when he heard the production on it. Sure. Be My Baby sucks. I like when I'm like trying to eloquently express the merits of a song, and then someone in the chat would just be like, Be My Baby sucks. That song's stupid. It's funny to me. Billie Holiday, Strange Fruit. I know that Kanye sampled that song in one of his songs off of Yeezus, but I've never heard the original song. This is rather fucking high on the top 500 songs of all fucking time. Oh, buddy. All right. Wow, it came out in 1939? Oh, yeah, I guess it kind of... I mean, shit, it's like, what, almost 100 years old? Yes, this song is almost 100 years old. Wow. Okay. I might have to take a listen. I mean, like I said, Kanye West sampled this song in one of his songs off of Yeezus, but never heard the original. It's a reference to lynching. Yikes. All right, well, let's go ahead and read into it then. One of pop's first protest songs is also one of the most profoundly disturbing. Written by a Jewish schoolteacher in the Bronx, its lyrics evokes the horrors of lynching, black bodies swinging in the southern breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees. Woof. That is pretty dark. And its languid melody conjures the unsettling quiet of a southern backwoods night. Ooh, getting goosebumps just reading this. The song was so controversial in the late 30s that Holiday, a Columbia Records artist, had to find another label to release it. Strange Fruit is still relevant because black people are still being lynched. Andrew Day. Okay, and then we get into all that stuff that has nothing to do with music or the songs. You're throwing your politics into the music. Number 20 of the 500 greatest songs ever written, Robyn's Dancing on My Own. Why? I almost need to do a seance right now. Why the song was just okay. Robyn was, okay. But no. It's a decent song, but not. Oh my God. Okay, Robyn is like a Swedish, which should be of no surprise to anyone. Yep, Swedish disco queen. She had kind of a career in the 90s, and then kind of like reinvented herself as more like indie electronic dance in the 2000s, and she scored this hit, Dancing on My Own, and then it got covered like a couple years ago by Jason Callum or whatever his name is, but it's like an acoustic ballady version. No. That doesn't infuriate me, but it's all right. I've just given up on this list. This is a dead body that I'm just looking at this point. It has no relevance to me. Oh, looks like we got some John Lennon. Imagine all the people. It doesn't surprise me that this is number 19. It's got the kumbaya, let's all get together and hold hands kind of vibe that Rolling Stone is looking for nowadays in a song. So this doesn't surprise me that this would be in at number 19. I will say go and go and search the first song of one of Elton John's records there. Just come back, get back to me when you see that song title. I don't know how Rolling Stone can look past that and still have him this high, but whatever. Okay, I've got fucking Purple Rain. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me that this would be in top 20. Not a big surprise, but I think this song is. I don't like this song. I don't like it. I get why other people would like it, but I don't. Okay. I'm trying to read the chat here. I'm not seeing really anything to really comment on. Let's keep moving. At the speed of love. I felt like saying something that Prince in the Revolution might say. Let's keep going, you guys. In the spirit of love. Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody. Wow. Boy, am I sick to death of this song, but I understand its significance. I get that this was like this whole theatrical suite of music and movements, and yeah, I'm sick to death of this song. Queen has way better songs. You gotta think, though, when this song first came out, it blew everyone's minds. It blew my mind when I first heard it when I was a kid. I get why it's up here. Hold up, Josh. What now? My mom so overplayed it and I hate it. I prefer The Wind Cries Mary. I still think that not including any classical musicians in top 10 and top 20 is an insult to music history. Yeah, I don't quite understand why Beethoven and like Bach or any of those artists aren't like qualified. Like, I mean, at least like Moonlight Sonata. Like, That song's like, what, 500 years old? I don't know. Yeah, I expected this one to be here as well. Wayne's World makes it 17. Yeah, that, and just like everyone sings it at karaoke across the country. Trust me when I say that. This is this is one of the top 5 karaoke songs sung at my gigs every fucking week. I shit you not. Oh, kill yourself. Kill yourself. Do I have an issue at Rolling Stone magazine in my fucking living room? So I can piss on it. Come here. Yeah, you're fine. You'll do. Come here. All right. See this? See it? Enjoy the sound with me. Yeah, and then we got. Hold on, I need to go full screen on this one. I need to go full screen. Okay, I feel better now. I guess we can get back to this shit. All right. So I can't even. Yeah, we're moving on. Will this ad fuck off? Jesus Christ. All right, the Beatles, I Want to Hold Your Hand. Yep, I get why that would be there. Yeah. I don't get how this is better than A Day in the Life, but I'm still reeling over the Beyonce thing. Man, that's awful. Okay, here we go. The moment, this top 20 moment we've all been waiting for here, when Josh dies of a heart failure. The Kinks' Waterloo Sunset. What the fuck is this song even? I get the Kinks are a legendary band or whatever, Ray Davies and all that jazz. Waterloo Sunset. What the fuck does that even sound like? I have never heard this song. All right. Nothing surprises me at this point, so let's keep chugging along. Oh, we got the Stones, of course. Gimme Shelter. Yeah. Oh, children, it's just a shot away. It's just a shot away. Yeah, get that. I get the Rolling Stones. Gimme Shelter being the 13. Superstition, Stevie Wonder, in at number 12. Okay. Very superstitious, writing on the wall. I get why that would be up there. That's fine. I got no problem with that. I think Stevie Wonder's a super talented guy. He played all that shit while blind as a motherfucker. I probably couldn't play it with having vision. Although it doesn't sound like that hard of a clavinet line. It's a badass song. Whatever. Yes, I will guess number 1 before I get to number 1, but I'm probably going to be wrong. Nirvana it Smells Like Teen Spirit hasn't made an appearance yet, guys. So, ooh, God Only Knows by the Beach Boys. I'm okay with that one. Yes. That is a beautiful song, fantastic song. I take no qualms with that one. I'm glad it's as high as it is. I think that's a fantastic song. Quite agree there. I may not always love you, as long as there are stars above you. Yeah, great song. God only knows what I'd be without you. Beautiful song. If you should have... Sorry. Getting in at number 10. Oh, no. Hey, ya! No! God! What are you doing to me? Are you fucking serious? Hey, ya! Hey, ya isn't even better than Bombs Over Baghdad. No, this song's a goofy little dumb pop song. Better than all those fucking beautiful Beatles and Beach Boys, Stones. Nope, it's Outkast. Because we gotta be diverse. You know, you can still be diverse and actually have like super talented like the Ronettes or Chuck Berry or Daddy Yankee in there. You know, you don't have to put just these, yeah, they literally put a meme song in the top 10. Like literally. It's fucking pathetic, dude. Idiots. Dreams at number 7 or 9 rather. Dreams? Now here you go again, you say you get your vision. Yeah, Alex, I agree. This is not good for my mental health, but I have to fucking tusk over Dreams, yeah, all day long. Or Hypnotized. This is a boring song. I will say, chicks sing it all the time at karaoke. They do. They sing this song all the time. And this album cover. Those stupid testicles. Why? They have this great picture of Stevie Nicks with her little satin whatever gown bristling in the air, and then you got Romeo fuckballs here with his balls literally hanging out of his pants. Like, what a dumb fucking cover, man. Thanks, the Melvor. Alright, what's number 8? I'm ready for anything at this point. I feel like at this point they're stacking classic, modern as fuck. Classic, modern as fuck. I can already see this as Whitney. Oh, that's Missy Elliott. Never mind. What? Get your freak on? What are they smoking? Oh, God. No. Jesus Christ. It's awful. No. Get your freak on. Jesus, Idiocracy is becoming a documentary. Ugh. Oh, this sucks. Okay, let's get through this goddamn list. Spit in your mouth. Spit in my own mouth. Yeah, I need to. Yeah, Rolling Stone are the biggest trolls. Yeah, classic, modern. Now we're gonna get classic, right? Now we're gonna get classic. Yep, I can already tell by whenever they have a picture of just 45 and they don't have an actual album, it's Strawberry Fields Forever. Better than A Day in the Life? No, I don't think so. Afraid not, mate. Afraid not. And who is like scribbling on all these 45? Where are they sourcing these pictures from? They must be from their own personal collections, but I can't imagine anyone under the age of like 35 works at Rolling Stone these days with how shit this list has become towards the final stretch. For a while there, I could forgive certain things because it was so high up on the list. I could forgive Looking back, Billie Eilish, I can forgive her 170th spot. My God, I'm almost embarrassed I got that triggered compared to how awful this top 10 is. Okay. Let's go to number 6, entering the top 5. What? Okay, what's going on? Marvin Gaye, yeah, figured that'd be pretty high up there nowadays. He was, when I did the Rolling Stone Top 500 Albums of All Time a few years ago during 2020, I did a 4-part stream of that one as well. Marvin Gaye's What's Going On, the record, was number 1, so it does not surprise me that What's Going On, the song, would be in at number 6. I'm a little slightly surprised it's this low. Thought it might be in the top 3 maybe, but this does not surprise me all that much. All right, top 5, guys. They're going to give us a modern garbage. You ready for the modern garbage? Ready for that modern garbage? Let's see it. It's a 45, so it must be old. Smells Like Teen Spirit. In at number 5. A questionably cis white man from the 90s grunge era got into the top 5. Was not really expecting that. But, okay. All right. This song was the wrecking ball that demolished the excessive cock rocking of the 1980s and ushered in a new breed of more conscious and more austere rock bands who were more, let's not be complete misogynistic pieces of shit. Let's write some songs with some more substance, some more depth. And this song ushered in the popularity. It gave people a taste for music like this. So the record labels went out and signed a bunch of other bands that sounded like this style. And that's all thanks to Nirvana's MTV premiere of the music video for Smells Like Teen Spirit. Now let's see how they disappoint me with new modern garbage. Up 4. Number 4, the song that's better than all those other songs. You see, I'm having to emotionally prepare myself now. It's an old 45, Bob Dylan. Like a Rolling Stone. Hasn't Bob Dylan's Like a Rolling Stone already? No, I said he made a song called Like a Rolling Stone earlier. All right. It wouldn't surprise me if they just put this song in twice because they're like, it's Bob Dylan, man. He just needs to be in there twice for the same song. Josh Toten. Kurt was a pretty big LGBT ally for the 90s, and he wore skirts sometimes, so you could consider a woke choice. I agree, and I think that's one of the reasons that helped them stay in the top was that very for those reasons that you just mentioned. Plague Doctor says this song used to be their number 1 in the last top 500. Yeah, it's not. That doesn't surprise me. Well, we gotta pick a song that our fucking magazine is named after, so why not? I don't know if you guys have noticed, I have a similar eye tick thing to Ethan from H3H3 where he does all this shit. Like, I have a similar, like, OCD tick that does that too. When I do edited videos, I can edit it out so you don't really see it, but when I live stream, I can't really hide it all that well. There's your Change Is Gonna Come by Sam Cooke for the guy who kept asking for that. I mean, I agree. It's a beautiful song. I was born by the river. Change is gonna come at some point. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a great song. Socially conscious. I think you have to be more than just a well-written song. Now, I think there has to be some social commentary behind it. Some kind of a social commentary on the ills, the inequalities, I think all that has to be in the dialogue now for a song to be considered. Now let's proceed to the top 2 songs of all time, and let's see if Ariana Grande makes that number. Let's go on to number 2. Man, they wrote a big ass blurb on his I guess if you're in the top 3, you get a bigger article written about you. What? Oh, go fuck yourself. You woke motherfuckers. Oh my yes. Exactly what I thought. Exactly what I thought. Yep. Pander, pander, pander. Okay, now let's read the blurb. Let's read it. Yeah. Hey guys, did you know Public Enemy's Fight the Power? Did you guys know that's better than Strawberry Fields, Day in the Life, Tiny Dancer, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Change is Gonna Come, Bombs Over Baghdad, even going into rap songs, Fuck the Police, Straight Outta Compton, Juicy. It's better than, oh, gee whiz. The list goes on. Idiotech. I mean, you just better than Welcome to the Panderverse. Exactly. Trolls. Yeah. Okay. What do they got to say here? I know it's all gonna be like, fuck Whitey. Oh, I don't want to read all this shit. I'm not reading all this. Okay. All right. Before we go into number one. Let me think. If we're taking everything into consideration here, what is a more woke song than Fight the... Okay, so it's probably going to be a woman. Black woman, probably. Jeez, I'm trying to think. Black woman would be an ideal choice. But I can't think of a black woman who's doing maybe a MC Lyte would be too low on the list she never got as popular. Jeez, that's gonna be hard. It's got to be something about social injustice. They already have What's Going On. What's Going On is already on the list. When that one actually makes sense and is a good song, unlike these other choices that they're clearly choosing just to pander. Oh gosh, it's probably gonna be a new one too, actually, to show that Rolling Stone still connects with the youth culture. Man, I don't know, guys. All right, I'm not reading the chat. Let's do it. We've been waiting this whole moment just for this. What's number one? Looks like it's gonna be an old one. I called a black woman. Yeah, and she's kind of talking about empowerment. Yep, Aretha Franklin respect. I kind of called it, halfway called it. Number one greatest song of all time. And it wasn't even written by a woman. It was written by Otis Redding. Fucking stupid asses at Rolling Stone. It gave empowerment to women, but it was written by a man. Oh, Jesus Christ, boy, did I call it. It was like, hey, it's going to be a woman, going to be a black woman. Yep. Well, hey, you know what? At least she's a good singer. At least it's a song that stood the test of time. No, this isn't the greatest song of all time. It's an okay song if you're into that genre of music, that like old, like female-fronted funk music, which, none of my friends rock out to on the daily, and I have a pretty large swath of friends of all different ages and races and walks of life, and none of them are listening to Aretha Franklin on the regular. So, nah, that's a big no. RESPECT, show you what that means to me. RESPECT, take care of TCB. Sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me. Oh man, that was quite the emotional fucking roller coaster, but quite frankly, I'm fucking glad that I'm done with it now. I'm done with this motherfucking list. I don't have to talk about it anymore. Yeah, it wasn't very good. There was some highlights in there. The Idiotech by Radiohead really threw me for a loop there. Was not expecting that one to be so high up on the list. I was glad to see Nirvana kept their spot representing 90s alternative rock / grunge in the top 5. I was happy to see that there were some Beatles classics in there still. I was glad to see that they gave a little bit of representation to like the Pixies and Sonic Youth back in the 400s. There was a lot of songs I just never heard. Like I would say a third of this entire list I'd never heard of the song in general. But yeah, I think that it could have been worse. I think they definitely took some chances in the top 50 songs that were ill-fated, ill-made, ill-advised. I think I think Hey Ya by Outkast and Crazy in Love by Beyonce will not be anywhere near the top 20 in the next in the next 20 years, if Rolling Stone is even a website that exists anymore in the next 20 years, which I don't think it will be. But if it is, I don't think those songs will be anywhere near the top 50. I think everyone will see that, like, yeah, no one really is fucking with that anymore. No one is talking about these songs anymore. Yet these classics still remain after 50, 60, 70 years. Yeah, I mean, just overall, very woke choices. This is not a meritocracy anymore. This is this is what equality or equity. What's the one where I don't know. There was some meme where it's like the difference between equality and equity. It's like making everyone the same just to make sure everyone has the same thing, versus equality is like making it even. I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say, but you know what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way. All right, let me read through these chats here because I got so dialed in towards those last 10 that I kind of was paying a lot of attention to that. What the fuck? I like Public Enemy, but what? Yeah, I know it was a stupid choice. Number 1 would be a goddamn social commentary song about racism. Yeah, I think it was a social commentary about like respecting women, which not surprising that Rolling Stone would want to push that agenda down your throat. Not saying it's not important, but maybe we should separate that from the actual art, the actual songwriting, the merits of the song. You know, meritocracy. You get what you got based on your merits, not based off of anything else. I believe they call that tokenism. When you receive something just because you are a certain thing, you are a certain race, you are a certain gender, I believe they call that a token, and nobody wants to be a token, yet it kind of feels like a lot of tokenism going on this list. You can't tell me that Public Enemy song wasn't a token song. I feel like it was. Let's see. Rocking around the Christmas tree hat. Yes, Rage Against the Machine was on the list, but way lower. Simon D'Angelo. Yeah, man. Oof. I think we only saw one D'Angelo song on this whole list. He dominated the top albums, though. In 2020, he dominated those fucking albums. Aretha. Yeah, I've already made the Aretha Franklin joke. Otis Redding is amazing. King Curtis on sax, though, so I respect that. Just to be sure, are you making an album review on Simon Le Bon? No, I'm not. I've said many times I don't like Simon Le Bon's voice from Duran Duran. Only 2 songs from Pink Floyd, nothing from Dark Side. Is that right? Yeah, I think Wish You Were Here was one of them. I forgot the other one. That's bullshit. There was no songs from Dark Side. Wouldn't have minded seeing one from The Wall either, but just got done doing a whole video on Doug Walker's The Wall, so I kind of don't want to think about that album right now. Doug has like not ruined it for me, but I just got to take a break from The Wall because Doug has tainted it to a certain degree. Josh loses his mind reading Pitchfork's top 100 albums of all time. I'm sure it's just as bad as this. would I make a Discord server for my fans? I'm sure others have asked. I've heard that Discord is like a toxic place or something. Like it's like not a good, like nothing good, like drama starts on Discord. Nothing good comes of it. I don't know how any of it works. I don't know how many. I mean, I could maybe. I don't know. I think Red Cow has a Discord, so if Red Cow does it, then I have to too. Yeah, I do have links to my merch, I think, in this, maybe in this video, but we have CDs, and that's the only thing we have left. We don't have any records or anything, unfortunately. Oh, they did put Comfortably Numb in there. Well, I'm all for that, but I'm sure they put it low as fuck. Yeah, when someone passed Doug the crack pipe and he got hooked for a bit. That's for goddamn sure. No music from The Fix. I mean, is it that surprising? The Fix reminds me of, like, there's so many bands in the 80s that kind of sounded like The Fix. Discord isn't as toxic as they say, but some can be horrible there. Discord is only toxic if the people there are toxic. That's like saying YouTube. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's like, I don't think Reddit in and of itself is toxic, but Jesus Christ, a lot of those Reddit subreddit groups turn toxic really fast. Yeah, man, if you want to order a CD, I will gladly ship one out. We've got like probably 50 of them left. Oh yeah, I'm sure Comfortably Numb was below Bad Guy by Billie Eilish. It's great. Well, I only jumped in on Reddit to look at the and I shouldn't even be talking about this because every time I talk about it, they go and make memes about me on there now. But I would join to look at the Cinemassacre Truth Reddit because I thought it was entertaining for a while there, and then they kind of like turned against me. So I was like, okay, all right, it's not fun anymore to you know, like try to like spar around and be like, yeah, hey guys, me too, I'm in here too. It just became like, okay, you guys are just literally like going through my like fucking Facebook profile to find like anything you can on me and making memes about and all that. And after a while I was like, okay, let's just disengage with this. And I shouldn't even be like, I don't even want to mention it because like I have people who just like hate watch, like literally they'll watch like a 3 or 4 hour live stream that I do just so they can find that one clip where I talk about it, and then they post it in the subreddit or whatever. It's pretty impressive that they would hate watch for that long, but it's it's interesting. Simon, thanks for this, Josh. I'm taking my fat limey ass off to bed. Dude, thank you for staying up so fucking late over there in jolly old England. I do appreciate it because it's only 10:23 p.m. over here, and I'm fitting to go out and drink. Get some drinks in me and decompress after all of this. Yeah, Captain Cringe. I'll still make a video on James or whatever. I've been thinking about doing my either top 10 or top 5. I might do top 5 because it'd be easier, quicker to edit. Top 5 favorite Angry Video Game Nerd episodes. Just go the opposite way with it because like I literally didn't start this channel to bash everything James Rolfe does. And I do think it'd be interesting to show that, hey, no, I actually did like him at one point, and I actually did think he was really talented at one point, and here's some examples of when I thought he was talented and made cool shit, you know, like, because, like, yeah, I mean, it's like Doug Walker with The Wall. It's like, I think Doug does like Pink Floyd, and I think he does enjoy The Wall. I think that he tried to go in a certain direction, and he completely missed the mark, and he totally, like, fucked up and made an awful video. But there's no way you put that much effort into something if you don't love it, and that's how I feel about my AVGN stuff. It's like I make it because I liked what he did at one point, and you know, that's why I want to talk about it. Okay, that's it for me, guys. I've been on here for way too long. My back's getting sweaty, and I want to go do something else. So thank you for watching. As always, we'll be doing a live stream next week talking about a totally different topic. now that we got this fucking Rolling Stone thing out of the way. I have scraps of Rolling Stone magazine all on the floor now. But that's fine. It's good fire starting material for if I want to start a fire. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. And until next time, have a good